Condition of the sheets and the mattress indicate that someone else was in the bed with Amanda just before she died. That's A.
What's B?
B is I'm supposed to tell you you're breaking in a new partner in on this.
Partner again?
Yeah, some cat he's on loan from dope. Real burnout, on the ragged edge.
Oh, perfect. Gun!
Raj, meet your new partner.
I'm too old for this shit.
Happy New Year, everybody!
How are you guys doing? Welcome to episode, what is this, 14, Phil?
14.
Yeah, episode 14 of Lethal Geeks. Welcome, everybody.
How's everybody doing, guys? We got a full house today. We got Mad Max. Thanks for joining us, brother.
Thank you for joining us, bro.
Sergeant. Socks. How you doing, brother?
Bulletin.
You know, man, make
Rebel
sure y'all
Shaw.
hitting that like. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe. Welcome to 2025.
Yes, sir. We got my dad.
We'll see you shortly, bro.
Well.
Zod Ryder. Hello, sir. Welcome
Captain
to the
Murphy.
Thank you for joining us, Zod.
You got to come back, Captain. You got to come
Oh,
back.
yeah, we got to
talk
have you
about
again,
that.
man.
Absolutely. There you go. Pow.
Pow.
Pow. Venkata, how you doing, brother? Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
That's all I'm going to say.
Chris Brown.
What's up,
Breezy.
Chris Brown. Chris Breezy.
Who
Mama
else we got?
Bear.
Mama Bear. Thank you for
Hey,
joining
Mama
us,
Bear.
Mama
Mama
Bear.
Bear. Demi Ray. Yo. Who else we got here? Robin.
Josh
Happy New Year, Robin.
Herrera. Thanks for joining us again, buddy.
Who else we got here?
Sin
Havoc.
Havoc.
Man, Havoc. What's up, Sin?
I love this man. He tells it the way it is, just like we do. Who else? D. Broderick.
Hey,
What's
D.
up?
Broderick.
What's up, Broderick?
Divas Masada. How you doing? Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Who else is in here that any new? Yeah, we got a few new faces here. Curly Ray. Welcome, Curly.
Hey, what's up,
Happy New
Curly?
Year.
Pretty packed house tonight, guys.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, make sure you
Absolutely.
guys are hitting that like, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like I said, welcome to 2025. This is the 14th episode of the Lethal Geeks podcast. It's not going to be a long one tonight, but we got some pretty important topics to talk about here. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get it rolling.
All righty. So first things first. Rules of the platform. You guys already know. Everybody's welcome in this show. I don't care if you are a gun supporter, a Snyder supporter, or even anything geek culture related. If you want to be a part of this family and join us every 2 weeks, everybody's welcome. There's only a couple of rules. No disrespecting anybody in the platform. No disrespecting anybody in the chat. If you're going to come to the podcast and to open panels, please say your piece. But give us some substance. Come with merit. Give us why you don't like a certain scene, movie, director, actor, whatever. It's about having a conversation, a healthy discourse. We're not about denigrating anybody here, but we do want to speak the truth and facts always. Do you want to add anything else, boys, or did I cover it pretty much?
I think you covered pretty much all of it, buddy.
Okay, so. We want to remind everybody. Hold on, let me pull this up first, and I will. Here it is. let me share this. So, as you all know, we were doing a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just.
And we have our winner.
Ooh, we have a winner. So, first of all, I want to hold on. It's right there. Okay. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's been supporting us all through 2024. This has been one hell of a ride for the three of us, and we're going to be doing a lot more giveaways. They will be announced soon, but this is our way to express our love and appreciation to all of you out there in the world who come every 2 weeks and just laugh with us, rant with us, learn with us, because we're also learning. We don't know everything, but we're open and willing to learn more things about cinema, about pop culture, comic books, etc. So,
Absolutely.
the winner of the Christmas giveaway is
Drum roll.
Mama Bear.
Mama Bear. Mama Bear. Art dog.
Congratulations, Mama Bear.
Yes, Mama Bear, where are you? Where are you?
She's in the chat. I see her in the chat.
She's
She is here. Yeah, she is here.
There she is. Congrats, Mama Bear.
You got a drop for her, Phil?
I do have a drop for her. Hold on. Where is it?
There we go. She got it. She's there. She said, "Oh my God, sweet."
Right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, yep. You're very welcome, Mama Bear. We want to thank you for the support that you've shown our platform. You have
Absolutely.
been an awesome member of our audience. You know, you're always engaging. You're liking all the posts, sharing all the content. So thank you. Thank you very much. And we hope you enjoy your prize.
Absolutely.
So,
Congratulations, Mama Bear.
Mama Bear, this one's for you.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Perfect.
Don't fuck with Mama Bear. You do not want to fuck with Mama Bear. All right, so Mama Bear, we'll reach out to you later on the private DMs, and we'll coordinate and get you your prize, my lady. So congratulations once again. And guys, many other giveaways we're going to be giving, because again, this is our way of expressing our gratitude and support. So a lot of more things to come in the future, guys. So be on the lookout. We will be making some announcements soon.
Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I wanted to say something too. A lot of what we do here, guys, it wouldn't be possible without you, and that's real. Your presence here helps us grow the channel. It helps us, subscribe and get out there and hear the voices of everybody. So we really do appreciate you being here and listen to us, like you said, listen to us rant and talk about nonsense, because that's really what this is. But you know what? We enjoy it, and this is why we do it. So thank you.
Awesome. Phil, give me 1 second. I got the wind howling outside this window right now, so I will be right back.
Okay. All right. So let's should we wait for Rocks, or would you just bring in?
Yeah, we can wait for Rock. We can wait for Rock. Yeah,
okay.
We'll wait for Rock.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's engage with the chat. How's everybody doing? Okay, hold on. We got.
How was everybody's? First of all, let's start it off like this. How was everybody's New Year so far? How's everybody's New Year going? Sound off in the chat, everybody. How y'all doing?
What you guys do? Did you watch any Christmas movies, for instance? I saw Die Hard on the flight.
Nice. That's awesome. I've been watching I'm basically wrapping up season 4 of Superman and Lois. I was talking to Charles about it earlier. And man, guys, I know we already talked about this show, but I can't rant and rave about it enough. If you guys have not checked out Superman and Lois, do yourselves a favor. Watch it.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
Miracle on 34th Street.
No, yeah, I just started season 2 of Superman, so I'm definitely I'm definitely gonna finish. I'm flying back home next week, so I'm definitely gonna have season 2 wrapped up by the time I get back. So yeah, dude, the show's fire. Like it just, oh my god, what a.
I'll be honest. Season 2, in my opinion, it's the weakest of the 4. I think season 1 was good. Season 3 and 4 go together like they just flow. So I'm not even going to talk about that yet. But yeah, once you get to season 3, bro, I'm telling you, it's
that's where it picks up.
Yeah, it really picks up. It picks up really good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
I told Rocks, I said, hey, bring your bring your tissue with you, man. It's
a lot of weeping.
Really, really good, man. Yeah, I like Rock said, man. Tyler Hoechlin, bro. Everybody when he came out, nah, that's not Superman. Nah, that man. He did his thing as Superman on that show.
What's good is that he was a dad Superman.
Yeah.
That's what made it perfect.
Dude, I binged it my whole Christmas break. The whole Christmas break, that's what I've been doing. I've been binging that show, and I'm just like, I should have watched it sooner. I should have watched it.
Hopefully, now that Tyler Laughlin he literally has earned his stripes very, very well. Hopefully, he can now get some gigs in the big screen because I think he's earned his keep. What you guys think?
No, I could see him as a big screen actor for sure. Sure. Excellent.
Alrighty. All right. So, Charles, would you please do the honors?
All right. Well, this man needs no introduction. You know him as Bat Dance. Just bring him on, brother. Give him a drop. Give him a drop before you bring him on.
Bring him a drop? All right, hold on.
Bring him a drop.
Give him a drop.
You're welcome. I'm man.
Batman!
Welcome to the show, Batman.
Right there. Yeah. Tyler, Divas Masera said Tyler Hoechlin is on par with exactly. That's my trinity right there. Those three. Roth just had a bad script and a bad story. Wasn't his fault, but he was a perfect Superman. He was.
He was the perfect cast for when they did Superman Returns. In my opinion.
Really was.
Yeah.
He was a lot better on the CW Crisis. As many issues as I had with the CW Crisis crossover, Brandon Routh was amazing on that.
He did a good job. Yeah.
Did you watch Superman and Lois, Batman?
I've seen all 4 seasons.
So, what do you think? Like, where does that rank on your Superman scale?
I like Tyler Hoechlin. I would say that he's definitely of our generation, aside from Henry Cavill. I would say Henry Cavill's definitely above him, but in the modern day Superman, I rank him right under Henry Cavill. I think Tyler Hoechlin does he's much better on Superman and Lois than he is on Supergirl. I don't like him on Supergirl.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I never watched Supergirl, so I never saw him on that show. So going into Superman and Lois, like I had a clean slate with him. You know what I mean? I never had anything to taint the image. You know what I mean? So
even Superman and Lois distance themselves from the Arrow. Like Superman and Lois is not part of the Arrowverse at all. They even recast Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor. So they are not part of that universe at all, aside from the same Superman, Lois, Diggle, and Lucy.
Yeah, no, dude. Like I said, I watched that whole show over my little Christmas break, and I got 3 episodes left, and I don't even want to watch them because I don't want it to end. Like that's how good I think it is.
That's how good they are.
Yeah,
it's a good ending. That's all I'll say.
And the thing with Tyler Hoechlin is that like because of how much time you spend with him, like you get that with 4 seasons. You know, that's a lot of character development. That's a lot of time with this character. It's very hard to compare it to a movie version of Superman because they don't get that same amount of time. You know what I mean? You really grow to love that character so much more, in my opinion, when you have all these hours that you've spent with them, you know? So, yeah, that's where I stand with it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Batman.
we're here for Batdan. This is Batdan's fans' journey, guys.
All right. Welcome to the show, buddy.
So Batman, how did it start? How did you get into all this geek stuff? What was your first issue? What was your first comic book? How did it all begin?
I mean, I would say if it really where it all began, I started watching Justice League, the animated series, as a kid. I think that's where I would say it really started for me. I watched Smallville, a show that's now dead to me, but at the time, I really did like Smallville. And then I really, especially got more into the Batman side of things when The Dark Knight came out. I think that's what really got me into the Batman end of it, was The Dark Knight. When seeing that movie, I have to disagree with you, Sin Havoc.
Yeah, sorry, Sin. You're entitled to it, buddy, but nah, man, I loved it.
He says shots fired.
We still love you, Sin. We still love you.
And I can tell you right now, when Sox and I review Civil War, that's going to be Batman v. Sox. So
I'm sure that'll be a fun one, buddy.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. But yeah, I would say The Dark Knight kind of really got me into the Batman end of it. And then when I saw Man of Steel, though, that one I really loved. I saw that movie. I thought it was a great movie. I was shocked at the bad reviews. I argued with so many people from college, like some people who basically admitted they were going off nostalgia. Like I had one person who was literally like, "Oh yeah, but that's Superman 1978's nostalgia." I'm like, okay, so you basically are just going off nostalgia. So you're not really arguing if that's your.
Mm-hmm.
And then BVS, same thing. I love Batman v Superman theatrical version until I saw the Ultimate Edition, but it was another one where I'm like shocked. I'm like, wait, people hate this movie? How did people hate this movie? And I'll tell you this: the Martha scene. I was shocked that people thought that they were fighting because they stopped fighting because their moms had the same name. That never would have occurred to me if people were not.
It caught us all off guard.
Yeah, but see, here's the difference. You understood the subtext. We understood the subtext. There was a lot of subtext in that movie. That's what made that movie smart. That's what made BVS smart. Okay, they're saying, "Oh, he's all style and no substance." The subtext is the substance. If you can't figure it out, you're watching the wrong movie.
We talked about this when the Bat Channel was on here. We got into this whole thing about the Martha scene, and again, I will say what I said before.
Shout out to Trey and Corey.
Yeah, shout out to Trey and Corey. But in my opinion, that Martha scene was one of the most beautiful cinematic comic book moments ever brought to.
And the reason why the reason why, because you didn't expect it.
It's not only that, but it was like the whole context behind what led up to that, and what Batman saw, like and what was going on with Batman, and him recognizing in Superman what he was doing that made him stop. Like I said, we went into detail with this when the Bat Channel was on, but in my opinion, it's still the greatest, one of the greatest cinematic Batman and Superman scenes together ever. Like ever.
And unfortunately, it shouldn't be a if you know scene, but it is a if you know scene. It shouldn't be, but if you think about it, you're sitting in there in the theater, you're like, that's his mama's name. You're like, right there.
And think about it also.
That made him human. That made him human. That moment to Bruce, that made him human. That made him a man.
And
there.
That scene is what brought Batman back from the dark side.
If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have had the hope for Batman that came afterwards. And a lot of the shills will argue, well, he was still killing people after that scene, blah blah blah. It's like it's something he was working on. You know what I mean? You're not going to just turn it on right away. You got to work on yourself. And by the time we get to Justice League, we see the Batman that's worked on himself, became a better man.
Character development.
Exactly.
Character development. Just like you said, character development. He's not going to just flip on a dime and just, I'm going to put my guns down and my weapons down and my batarangs down. I'm just going to stop killing people. No. Come on, he had somebody's life he had to save.
Right there,
Really?
right there. It's about the journey.
journey. Yep. The journey.
I was having this conversation with some Twitter last night. I don't remember saying, but whatever, it don't matter. I was trying to explain to him, listen, Snyder was having a journey for all of his characters. It started with Man of Steel, and then it's going to end in Justice League 3. With Batman, to start with BVS, he was down. He was broken because he lost his Robin, and then a certain alien comes out, and what the fuck am I going to do? How do I stop this guy? You had Aquaman, a drifter around the world on land and sea, and then all of a sudden he has to become that king and unite the seven. So everyone had their
They
arc.
all had to become. Even Lex Luthor had to become. That was his origin story in BVS. That's what people don't get. It's an origin story for Lex. That's why he's not bald.
And
the comics.
And I gotta say something. How pissed off would those fans be who make that same comment about him being bald if they had actually seen the Lex from Superman and Lois? Because he wasn't bald until he was an old man. He had hair until he was an old man and shaved it off in jail, bro.
Say it again, Russ. Say it again, Russ.
Some people just need to learn to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride so that they can experience the journey.
If you have to have a drink and maybe smoke one to open your eyes and your mind, do it. You know, because also Superman, the Christopher Reeve, the original one, Lex had hair, and then later bald, and then later, and the fourth one, well, he didn't want to. I think he didn't want to cut his hair again, but whatever. Wait, it don't matter. But bottom line is, it's comic book accurate. Lex had hair before.
He had red hair in so many different iterations. He had red hair in the Death and Return of Superman arc. He had red hair in the Superman Rebirth comics. You know what I mean? It's like
it was only an animation error or drawing error that made him bald.
Well, I see. I didn't watch Smallville, but did he ever have hair in Smallville?
When he was a child, he had hair. Basically, the meteor shower made him permanently bald.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See, and maybe some people have that interpretation, and they have that in their head when they think about Lex Luthor and why they can't accept, the fact that he's not bald right off. I don't know. I don't get it. It's a weird thing. It's like people shouldn't be focused on that. It's like, why are we focused on if he's bald or not? Why don't you enjoy the journey that the director's trying to take you on?
Look what Max is saying right here. The Martha scene
broke
his PTSD. Exactly. That's exactly what I talked about when the Bat Channel was on here. I specifically mentioned that entire scene is a commentary on PTSD.
And a side note on this comment. If this was the moment that broke his PTSD, you had a lot of people who saw Justice League and they were like, "Yeah, I liked him in it, but he wasn't as brutal. He wasn't as this." Go back and watch BVS again, please.
So Max,
watch BVS, and you'll get why he's not as brutal in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Again, it's what we said, working on himself. It's about getting to that point. He didn't flip right away and just, stop killing people because he had something. He had a mission. He was on his mission. You know what I mean? But over time, he's working on himself, which is why we get a better Batman, truer Batman come Justice League.
And the first sign
and
of
a
that
new
was
theme.
And the first sign of that was in BVS. He could have burned Luthor. He could have stuck that brand on him, but he didn't. What did he do? He hit the wall instead. That's what he did. Pay attention. That's all you got to do is open your eyes and your mind and pay attention, and you will see what you need to see.
That was actually a Chris Terrio rewrite, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think originally he did burn Lex Luthor originally. I think it was Chris Terrio who rewrote that and was like, no, he can't do that. He has to burn the wall instead.
That's why he is who he is. Exactly. Yep. That's why
all right, so
people like that working for him. So
let me Max, I'm gonna give you a drop because you said it right there. Where is it?
highlight Joe Kerr's comment. Joe Kerr, I like that name. Batman has killed in other movies. BVS and ZSJL are the only ones that make him deal with how it's wrong. Isn't that
there we go? There we go. And go ahead and prepare a drop from a man, because there you go. That right there.
Batman, your thoughts?
I mean, Batman has killed in every single movie. Batman 1989, he killed the Joker. He blew up a factory. Batman Returns, he blew up a big thug and smiled while doing it.
Yeah, with a bomb, right? Didn't he push a grenade on him or something?
A fucking bomb to him, threw him down a sewer well, and let him blow up, bro. And nobody says nothing.
Batman Forever, he lectures Robin of don't kill Two-Face, but he might as well have killed Two-Face with the coins.
You know, I had a thought. I don't mean to cut you off. I had a thought about that. Maybe it's psychological. If you notice, when you go back and you watch Michael Keaton do all of the stuff he was doing, do you notice from a visual standpoint, you get the campiness out of it, right? Maybe that's what it is. And seeing Batman like with updated cameras and technology, and see him beat the shit out of somebody in a warehouse, and that freaks him out. I don't know what it is, because yes, if you go back and watch the 89 Keaton Batman, you can see, well, now it's starting to look a little, it's a little campy. It's a little, he killed a dude, but it didn't feel visceral. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like.
I think it's like a reflection on what people see in themselves. Okay, especially when they criticize something like that. It's like, what it is I think a lot of people don't like the fact that Batman is being held accountable for his actions. He's being held accountable for the fact that he's killed people in Zack's films, right? People don't like accountability because they see themselves as Batman. How many guys out there think, oh, I'm Batman, that's who I identify with, that's my character, right?
What do you think this whole argument has been about?
Yeah,
that's what this whole argument has been about the entire time. They don't read the comics. At least they don't read enough of them to know of these different iterations of Batman and Superman. They don't read enough. If you're going to read the comics, explore all of them. Batman has killed since the 30s, guys. Yep. Come on with that.
Even the Dark Knight trilogy, the Batman who doesn't killed. When he was about to kill that one man in the hut thingy, he blew up that entire hut. Definitely killed a lot of people, including the fake Ra's al Ghul. That the Dark Knight.
He killed Harvey Dent.
Yes.
He's the reason Harvey Dent died in the second movie.
It might have been manslaughter just to save a boy, but he still
killed him.
He still killed him. He killed him. That it is what it is. He did what he did. So going back all the way to the 30s, and he killed a dude with he hung a dude from his what do you call that, his plane.
Oh, the bat plane. I think that's the bat jet or whatever it was. That's what they call it.
He had a dude hanging from his neck, flying over Gotham.
I've seen that. Wasn't that like on the cover of the car? No, I don't think it was on the cover, but I've seen that picture before. I've definitely seen that.
He killed a dude in a window. Had him hanging out the window, killed him. I mean, come on. If you're gonna nitpick, at least do some research and dive into the actual lore. And before you say Batman doesn't kill, what are you talking about?
But I think that's an interesting commentary where it's that Snyder's version is the only one who has to be accountable for his actions. And like I said,
because it's Zack Snyder.
It's Zack Snyder, right? But like I said, when people like have that self-reflection and they tend to think that their version of Batman or who they look at themselves as Batman, they can't handle that. They can't comprehend that. They don't like accountability. People never have liked accountability. So to see that in a hero that you adore and love, it's hard for them. It's hard for them to accept.
Right.
Exactly. Well, don't forget Superman as well. He kills Zod in Man of Steel, and then in Superman 2, he kills powerless Zod, and no one can complain.
So let me give a drop for Joe here. Yep, Joe. So, guys, if you're new here to the channel, please like, subscribe, and anytime when you guys say stuff like this right here, you get a drop.
You'll get a drop, man.
And Joe, here's your drop.
Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, and you know the thing about chaos? It's fair.
It's fair.
I love that joke. Love
It's
that
fair.
So, all right. So, what?
Nessa Noel, welcome to the chat.
Oh, Nessa,
appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Nessa.
So, Batman, tell me something. Since we're talking about comics here, what about pop culture movies? What is your favorite movie that you've seen to date that has been like made a big difference in your life?
I know this may sound cliche for this channel, but Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, see, now he's a man after my own heart. He's a man after my own heart right there. Yes, sir. That's the one.
I love the story. I love the team coming together. And it's also what this movie means. We fought so hard for this movie to get to where we were. And it was such a process for us. I love the cast. I love all the Justice League members. Steppenwolf is awesome. My favorite Batman Joker scene is in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
That is the best Batman Joker scene to ever hit the big screen.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess it didn't hit the big screen, but to hit the screen.
Oh no, it's sort of. I mean, if you count Full Circle.
Full Circle. That's right. That's right. Okay, got me on there.
But I do
Batman for that. Batman for that.
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory. By the way, who do you think screamed the loudest? The girl? Or the boy?
I love it.
And what's incredible with that scene, like still to this day, it gets me every time to think that they weren't even in the same room. Leto and Affleck weren't even in the same room when they filmed that.
I wish Deborah Snyder did not say that before that movie came out, because it's like I looked for the tricks because Deborah Snyder mentioned it, but if Snyder didn't mention it, I would have had no idea.
Would have never known. Yeah.
They played it off so well because I think it's Richard Citrone there with Jared Leto, Ben Affleck's stunt.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because he has the Joker card. I think Jared Leto handed him the Joker card.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, exactly. Grimar or Grim Nor. I agree. They totally did not give Jared Leto a chance, and I think.
Oh, he's gonna get his chance. He's gonna get his chance because we ain't stopping. We ain't stopping.
Oh, no, we're not. There's so many different projects for Jared Leto. Aircut, Batflick movie, ZSJL 2 and 3. Jared Leto is essential for all those projects. So, but
yep.
I do have a confession to make though with Justice League. I was in denial about how bad Justice League was when I first saw it. When I saw that film, it was like, I knew it wasn't as good as Man of Steel or BVS. I was comparing it. It was like, this feels like kind of like an animated movie that we saw, but it wasn't bad. We just need more scenes to it. We just need more scenes. That's all. So I would argue and then when I saw it the second time, that's when it hit me. Okay, yeah, no, this thing is shit. This is not a...
Dude, you know what part of that movie lost me? Like the very first time I saw it, and I'm like, "This is off the walls, fucking stupid." Was when and here's the thing: I have a hard time remembering Justice League because I literally only watched it once, maybe twice. and I never watched it again.
I can pretty much tell you every scene in Zack Snyder's Justice League,
Yeah.
given the dialogue,
Yeah.
but Justice League.
Justice League,
bro.
the scene, I think it's at near the beginning where Batman captures the parademon and then it explodes and then somehow it creates this pattern on the wall. And from that, Batman knew that was the dumbest fucking shit I have ever seen in a comic book movie.
Remember from it? I remember a CGI mustache and Flash laying on top of Wonder Woman. Oh, and then my worst, the worst one of all, the one that I hate the most that makes me cringe. Booyah.
Oh,
so yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wanted to find Josh Whedon, man. I want to find out where he live.
Dude, they
What this dude live, bro.
Don't get us in trouble. Don't get us in trouble, man. He's joking, guys. He's joking.
I wasn't gonna hurt him, I promise. I was just gonna ask him why. Why did you do this, man?
But yeah, no, dude. Like I said, I never supported that movie. I didn't buy the Blu-ray. I didn't buy the 4K because even then I knew before I even got involved with any of these movements or actually like anything online with Zack Snyder, I knew something was horribly wrong.
Did you see any of the comics and all of the comments and all of these spaces and stuff after that movie came out? Most of them were, wait a minute, that's not Zack's movie. What is this shit? That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, what is this? That's not
the one part
his
that
movie.
pissed me off of that. The one thing that pissed me off of that movie is that they used the Keaton and Reeves theme. Like that does not work there. It does not work. It doesn't fit the tone.
And Costello, I'm glad you said that because, and here's the thing, I want to clarify before I say this. I did not support the Black Adam boycott. I was like, see Black Adam, support the cameo, give Dwayne Johnson credit for bringing Henry Cavill back. That being said, the one thing I wish they did not do with that cameo was play the John Williams theme because unfortunately people will associate that with Justice League.
That's exactly what it was, bro. I will argue till this day. Listen, I went out and I supported Black Adam. I saw the movie, but I was vocal about my issues with that movie. My two issues, and people like to overlook it or say I'm a fanboy and you shouldn't be critiquing it or should have gave it a chance. I did give it a chance. The problem is that there are hardcore fans out there that were not going to give it a chance as soon as they found out that they used the John Williams theme and Cavill was not in the black suit. All they had to do was put Cavill in the black suit, and we would have knew it was canon. Zack Snyder's Justice League was canon, and you pick up the story from there. That was my issue. When I found out they were putting him in the red and blue suit, and then the theme, to me, that just screamed a continuation of Justice League. And whether or not that's what they intended, that's how it was interpreted by the fandom. So you can't blame the fandom for that. I blame the people who made those decisions to have that theme and that suit in that movie.
I mean, I think you honestly could have done the red and blue suit because that's just associated with Superman in general if you put the Hans Zimmer theme in there. I think the theme was more important than the theme
was important, but the thing is with the fandom, though, bro, we wanted to see a continuation of Zack's story. And I'm not saying that Dwayne Johnson was going to continue Zack's story, but he could have filled in some of the gaps. You know what I mean?
Let me pick it. Yeah, let me pick it up.
Some of the gaps, and then when Snyder could come back and tell the rest, he could have told the rest. But they didn't end up doing that. They didn't
exactly. If you're gonna say you're gonna bring back Cavill, okay. He left off in the black suit, and hold on, Rock.
I'm biting my tongue.
I don't want to see a filler in if that was what you guys gonna do to see how he got from the black suit to the blue suit. I want to see him that transition all under the direction of Zack Snyder. That was the biggest issue with me. I get it. The Rock, mad respect for what you tried to do. It wasn't entirely selfless, but I do appreciate what you tried to do. But he wasn't in the black suit. It wasn't a continuation from when he transitioned to the black suit. So, and it wasn't Zack Snyder directing him, period. And nobody's going to put up with that crap. Now, you can say it failed because the fans didn't show up and show out, and that's the reason why they rebooted, and that's okay. But what you also need to know is David Zaslav had plans to do Cheap anyway.
Right.
So don't hang that noose around our neck about Black Adam when this dude had plans to do what he was going to do anyway.
And let's not forget that there was another red flag. The first red flag that went off was when we saw the trailer and they had, I think it was a shot from Justice League in there. And then the fans freaked out because we saw, what was it? Was it Steppenwolf? Was it Justice League Steppenwolf? Yeah, they had Justice League Steppenwolf in there. And then I remember like the official response was they took it out and they said, oh, that was an accident. They didn't mean for that to happen. Bullshit. How does that slip by? We're talking millions of dollars invested in marketing this movie. How does that just slip by? They saw the fan reaction and they were trying to course correct right then and there.
There it is. Nelson Noel said everything we've been saying from the beginning. Give the fans what they are asking for. Look, guys, to me, this enterprise is no different than you going to the gas station, picking up some gum, opening your wallet and buying some gum and buying some gas. It's just a bigger enterprise. You are the consumer. You pay for gas. You want good quality gas. I'm opening my wallet and I'm giving you my money. It's that simple. Movie tickets are expensive. Do you have any idea how much it costs just for 3 people to go to a movie now?
$100. Bare minimum.
That's without popcorn or drinks or candy.
There you go. So why am I going to waste my time on mediocre quality and I'm going to take my family to go see that? No, that's not going to happen. So you have to do better than what you're doing now. Because this whole thing feels authoritarian to me. Why should the consumer have to bow down to the studio? This is my money.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, go ahead, Bat Dan.
Well, that's what irritates me when people get like mad at the Snyder fandom because they didn't want to see Shazam 2. Like people are like mad we were toxic for not wanting to see Shazam 2. I'm like, Zachary Levi insulted us fans. He said Snyder stuff didn't materialize. I work hard for my money. I like my job, but it's work. It's work at the end of the day. It's hard-earned money. Why should I spend some of my hard-earned money and my time, mind you, to see a movie where the lead insulted me? Why would I do that? I have no reason to do that. The only reason I supported The Flash was because I supported Ezra Miller, and I firmly believe that movie failing would have helped James Gunn. That is the only reason I supported that movie, is because I was thinking, don't boycott aimlessly, boycott strategically. But
I want you to give her a drop. She said, Charles, it's called having standards, and I don't have to accept slop. Absolutely. Yep. If you want to call me a snob for liking quality and liking my superhero characters realistic and regal and all this other kind of stuff, then so be it. I'm a snob. Okay? I'm not wearing underoos and a cape thinking about myself when I was 6 years old. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want to see adult quality film. Just because they're superheroes, that doesn't mean anything. Cops are superheroes in some standards. Military folks are superheroes in some standards. It doesn't matter.
Pull up Joker's comment again. Why should I pay to watch a mid-Black Adam movie for a 2-second Cavill cameo? That's another issue. Okay, that's the other thing, and this is why I think it's unfair that Henry Cavill continuing as Superman somehow had to tie into the success of Black Adam. When that was bullshit. When the fact of the matter is that his entire cameo leaked online like days before the film was released. Anybody who wanted to see that scene got to see it for free on Twitter because it was everywhere. So to bank on the fans coming back for literally, it was like a 10-second cameo, 15 seconds tops. Why would people do that? Why would people go and spend their money to see that when literally, like I said, that entire scene was leaked online days prior? The problem is they were banking on Superman to be like, how can you bank on Superman to sell a movie when he's only in it for 15 seconds? This wasn't a Superman and Black Adam movie. It was a Black Adam movie. If Black Adam is to be successful, it's to fall on The Rock and Black Adam's shoulders.
I supported Black Adam and I went to see it. But let me tell you something. You are absolutely correct. But this is what it this is what it feels like in the end. The dude taking out the garbage at the restaurant, and he's got half-eaten donuts, and then he's giving them to us. That's what that shit felt like. When you really sit down and think about it, that's exactly what it was like. And we'll just, we're not going to give you all of it, but we'll just give you this. If they would have said they were making a Black Adam movie, if they said they were making a Black Adam movie and they said Zack Snyder was going to direct it, I'm all in. I know exactly what he's going to do from that point. I'm all in. But that's not what y'all did.
And let's not forget, Black Adam was in development hell for like fucking 15 years. Like, The Rock still had hair when they announced him as Black Adam.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that I will also criticize is The Rock did not act like Black Adam in the movie. He acted like The Rock. That was my biggest criticism is that's true. The Rock could have taken the opportunity to give us an accent, to maybe grow a little bit of hair or do something in that department to actually look the character.
Even CGI,
whatever. The problem is they wanted Black Adam to be The Rock. They didn't want The Rock to be Black Adam.
Like Adam. Yep.
So let me give hold on by that. So Nessa and Demi Ray, I'm gonna give you a drop, one for the both of you. So here goes.
Now you start using your head. That's that lump that's 3 feet above your ass.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying in baseball.
There's no crying in this geek shit, bro. There's no crying in this geek shit. It is what it is.
Yeah, man.
I still want to say, or
go ahead.
I just want to say real quick is that, I mean, the one thing I will give Black Adam credit for, it did the best out of all the movies post Aquaman. It was a D-list character, and I think honestly, considering that, I still thought it did decent in the box office. I think the issue was that Warner Brothers, they had their expectations wrong. They shouldn't have expected Henry Cavill's cameo to make the movie rise up above that. I firmly believe, because, I mean, look, I'm not going to lie, I did like Black Adam. I recognize the issues with it, but I did enjoy that movie. And
and with all my criticisms, I'll say too, it was still a decent film. It was still a decent movie. I went to the theater, I watched it, I had a smile on my face at the end of it. It could have been better.
You know what the problem is? Warner Brothers is not asking us.
Yeah.
What would you do in this situation? We can't bring back everything the way you want it, guys, and we apologize for what we did. What can we do to do something to kind of bridge you guys over?
I could have fixed Black Adam like this.
Hold on. Yeah. So I'm old, Rock. So you gotta let me finish my thought. Otherwise,
sorry, bro.
He's too old for this shit.
So all they had to do was just say, you know what? We effed up. We're doing our best to rebuild that friendship. Zaslav clearly lied about that shit. And if they would have followed through with that and just said, you know what, we're sorry, we're going to do everything we can to try and straighten out our universe and make it the quality that we used to be. If you gave me that announcement and said, we're going to do what we can to fix this, I'd have been good. But no, you're not talking to us. You're talking to Marvel. You're talking to James Gunn fans. You're talking to everybody else to try to sell your universe, but you're not talking to us.
Charles, with Black Adam, okay, I if they wanted to bank on Cavill pushing that film over the edge, what they should have done is that third act where Black Adam had to fight Satan, was that his name? Satan?
Sabak
or something. Like, he looked like Satan. Yeah. I can't remember. He literally looked like the fucking devil. Yeah. Like Sabak, Satan, Sabak. It sounds like a Mortal Kombat name. Anyways, what they should have done was they should have had Henry Cavill's Superman show up then and help Black Adam throughout the entire third act.
Yes.
Yeah, you do that, and now you're giving me more than 15 seconds of Black Adam that I saw for free.
You're giving me
online.
At least 10 more minutes. You're giving me at least 10 more minutes of Cavill fighting with Black Adam. That would have
been fair. That would be fair to Judge Cavill's Superman.
Yeah.
based on the success of this movie. Not a 15-second cameo. You give me a good 10, 15-minute scene where him and Black Adam are working together to take down the big bad. Okay, I can get behind that.
Which is why I don't buy the whole, oh, y'all should have showed up and showed out for Black Adam. Nope, I don't believe that crap. No. If you're gonna say you're bringing back Cavill,
bring him back.
Cavill.
Bring him back.
Give me Cavill, dog. Don't just say, oh, here's a suit, here's a couple of lines, bye. No, bring back Cavill. That's it.
And you know what? Just also quick reminder. Why wasn't the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker on the trailer of Superman? Because they're trying to grab the Marvel fans. We're not the same audience. We're a different animal. Get that in your fucking head, WBD. It's like you trying to grab all the Star Wars fans for Harry Potter. It's a different thing.
He thinks that people that like Marvel, every Marvel fan loves Guardian of the Galaxy. No, they don't. They like Captain America, the Winter Soldier. They like Civil War. They may like Avengers, but not everybody likes Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's your first problem. You think that you can pull every single Marvel fan over to DC? There are gun fans who can't stand DC. They're not going to jump ship.
Why did they show for the Suicide Squad? I mean,
Thank you.
We tried this already. They tried with James Gunn bringing over the Marvel fans. It didn't work. And do not say COVID, because Kong vs. Godzilla did well. Free Guy did well. No Way Home did well.
And James Gunn was not capable of capturing the hype for Suicide Squad. Like, do you guys remember the hype and build-up to the first Suicide Squad movie? That was incredible. Okay, the hype. People were so psyched to see that movie. After that, the trailer that captured the general audience's attention, the Queen trailer where they used the Queen song. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Bro, the hype was through the roof. Okay? Gunn never had any of that. He had no hype going into his movie. Zero. Nobody cared.
No one did, because people want quality, and no one's going to care when this movie comes out. That is the reality of what will happen, and it's sad. It's sad that this is where we are right now. We shouldn't be in this situation, because when Henry Cavill announced he was Superman, regardless of Black Adam's quality, people were excited for DC again. People were thrilled for DC again. They were excited to see Henry Cavill return as Superman. There were 2 times in recent years where DC had hype over Marvel. When the Snyder Cut came out and when Henry Cavill announced he was back as Superman. Those 2 times were it. And Warner Brothers screwed up both.
This is what I want. I want a James Gunn fan to come on this podcast. Now, see, I already dropped some times, and if you guys are lurking and listening, you know the one, and you know who you are because I called you out. Come on this chat. I want you to give me a thorough explanation as to why you're flexing for a company that is worth $10.57 a share. $10.57 a share. 1,057 pennies. Come and tell me why you're flexing for a company that's worth that right now. You're all over the internet bragging, talking about Superman and all this other kind of stuff, yet this is their history. This is not just numbers to most people, to the investors, to the people that give their money away to try and make more millions. These guys love money. And I'm not talking about just Zaslav. They love money, and they, for some reason, think that they can get more money by going cheap, without quality, without actually spending money on quality directors and producers and writers to give them what they want, to return them back to what they were when the Warner brothers started this crap. You cannot flex on anybody with numbers like this. You cannot flex. Look at the numbers, guys. Look at, if you can read a graph Look at those numbers. Look at where it peaked and where it didn't. It even peaked on Black Adam. And that didn't even go to China, which it should have. It would have made more money. Now,
that was sabotage, in my opinion, because right after that, that's when shit hit the fan and James Gunn's DCU was announced.
Let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something. Do you know why James Gunn got that job? Because 5 to 6 other creatives said no.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you understand what that means? Yes, that's a short list, but to be on the bottom of that list, that's not good. Whoever they were going to hire before that found out what their strategy was, and they said, fuck no, you're not going to drag me down in this shit. Oh, but James Gunn, who had everything to prove that he's better than everybody, was more than happy to lap that shit up. Mm-hmm. More than happy to. And now he's about to pay a price because he thought his arms reached that high, and they don't. He is middle management. Y'all need to understand that. James Gunn is not King Dingling over there. He is middle fucking management. And watch what's about to happen if his Superman fails. His problem is he is doing too much. You can't try to be Feige and try to beat Zack Snyder at the same time. You're either going to create and put some effort into your creativity, or you're going to executive produce and bring in talent to make sure that your universe is the way that it should be. So stop bragging on $10.57 a share under the table, sucking off David Zaslav. Please stop. James Gunn is not your friend. He's not going to invite you to his house. So stop. And
Exactly.
You know what?
one more thing. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, finish your point, because I'm gonna do a drop and then we'll talk the next time. Go ahead.
And one more thing. If you decide that you want to come on this show, we're open. My hostility is gonna come out the moment you start talking that shit. I'm warning you right now. So if you're listening and you come with some good ideas and some thoughts, and you can talk about film and movie, what you don't like and what you do like, with all that Gen Z bullshit that y'all like to bring to the table, I'm gonna light you up. This show, we're here trying to bring people together, but we're also trying to get people to understand that there is realism and there's fantasy. Y'all are living in a fantasy. They did a man wrong simply because they trying to get Marvel money. That is not creativity. That is not thinking outside the box. DC has the chance to set themselves apart from every other goddamn studio. Do you think other comic book companies will put up with this? Do you know how many dark comic book companies are? Can you imagine them being scooped up by Disney or Warner Brothers just to turn their universes into shit? DC is supposed to be different from Marvel. Why would I want to see 18 different McDonald's on the same fucking street? Does that make sense to anybody? Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's. I got a choice of 3 goddamn patties I can eat. 3 different tastes. 3 different ones. My daughter likes McDonald's, I'll take her to McDonald's. I like Burger King, I'll go to Burger King. Whatever the fuck. But if I'm driving down the street and all I see is McDonald's, what's the fucking point? Get y'all shit together, man. If you're listening, Warner Brothers, James Gunn, Sean Gunn, Guy Gardner, if y'all motherfuckers listening, let me tell you something. Get your shit together. We are tired of this bullshit.
Charles, you're killing it tonight, buddy. On a roll again.
Charles, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Oh,
Uh-oh.
If you not done. If you think we don't know, that y'all are paying for advertisements to get those numbers up for your views of your trailer, oh, sir, you are sorely mistaken. We are not that stupid. I was watching the show on Peacock the other day with my wife. When the ad rolled, guess what popped up? Superman trailer. I didn't click on it to see it. It just showed up in the ad. So they're counting those views.
Not so what people, a paid ad from Warner Brothers is what you're saying.
Exactly. They are paying for their views. So you can pay for your views all you want and get your Superman trailer all up to 1 billion views. It is still gonna fail. It is gonna fail because you don't listen to the fans. It is gonna fail because you never listen to the fans. It's gonna fail because we told you the first time, even though Brandon Routh was excellent as a Superman, that the story you are telling is campy and it was bullshit, and nobody is gonna go for that. Nobody was gonna go for a rehash of 78 Superman. Unless you're wearing feety pajamas and a cape. Nobody is going to go for this Superman legacy either. Unless you're wearing feety pajamas and a cape. It's that simple. And diapers. And a baby binky and shit. Nobody's going to go for that crap. Start listening to your goddamn fans. We pay this money. Tickets are expensive. If you want us to go to your shit, start showing us grown-up quality stuff. And then advertise another universe for kiddies. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If the grown-up kiddies want to see kitty shit, let them see kitty shit. Just don't put it in my characters. Don't put it in my Batman. Don't put it in my Superman. Don't put it in my Wonder Woman. Don't put it in my Justice League. One of the most near perfect Heroes Journeys films that I have ever seen, and this is your opinion, I don't really care, was Lord of the Rings. That was one of the most perfect Heroes Journey films there was for Frodo. That was Frodo's story all the way. I don't care what you say. That was what Zack Snyder was trying to do. That's it. He was trying to tell Kal-El's story through 5 acts, 5 different films to wrap it up with the hope and optimism. How stupid do you have to be to not understand that? I don't really care if you want to remember yourself wearing feety pajamas and a cape and your underoos. I don't give a shit. It is not going to work because it has been done already. The point of storytelling is to tell stories, to open up your characters, to dive deep into them, to explore their humanity, to explore who they are, to explore what makes them tick. Not just keep them wrapped up in a one-dimensional box, saving cats from trees, doing this shit and saying up, up, and away. Superman is more than that. Behind these IZs is no caresies. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to support that universe. I'm not going to support James Gunn. There's nothing that you guys can do short of bringing Zack Snyder back and letting him finish his arc. Do I even venture or tiptoe in that water of giving you a chance again? Make up your mind. But Superman L is going to fail. It's that simple. I'm done.
Diplomatic community.
It's just been revoked.
Tired of these youngins coming on the show.
I've been dying to use that drop.
I'm so tired of these motherfuckers coming on the show, man, coming on my threads and X talking crazy. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not buying it. If you can't intelligently explain to me why you don't like Zack Snyder's universe and why you don't like his characters, if you can't explain all of that to me, then you have no business in this arena. None. I know cinema. I've been doing this since I was yay high. I'm probably older than y'all mama and daddy. So again, if you're going to come in my threads and come on our site and talk that shit, come with some substance, like y'all always like to say, substance, right? Then bring me some substance. Then we can talk about it.
Charles, I need you to stop.
Yeah,
showing
I'm doing it now.
please.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, guys, listen. We can have debates. We can have conversations. Just don't disrespect us, and we won't disrespect you. It's that simple. That's what Charles is pretty much trying to say.
Simple.
We're all adults here. This channel is not for minors. Let's start with that, because for all you guys who don't know how YouTube works, let me explain something. When you load a video, the website, the YouTube studio, tells you, is this channel or is this video for adults or children? Yes or no? And every time when I upload these videos, I say, no, this is an adult channel. So be an adult. You come in here, great. We can talk. If you're going to disrespect us, then no, this channel is not for you. There are other channels out there that you guys can go out and rant and say your crazy shit. Fine. There's a place for everybody. That's what we're trying to say. There's a place for everybody where you can have your conversations. And if you don't agree with us, that's totally fine. You can find another channel that does agree with your point of view. That's pretty much what we're trying to say here. So before we move on to the next stuff. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying, you want to come on X, you want to come into our stuff and come into the threads, come with substance. That's all I'm saying, because I don't jump in y'all threads talking about James Gunn. I talk about James Gunn's work on my threads, on our website. Okay, I don't go into y'all threads to do that shit. So if you're listening, stay the fuck out of my threads talking crazy.
You have been warned.
If you show up in my threads talking crazy, I'm gonna talk crazy too. Especially when you show up thinking you're grown, trying to joust with a grown ass man with a picture of a little girl anime as your background. don't ever think you can joust with me coming like that. Please don't, because I will chop you up. It's that simple. Or you can choose to be an adult, no matter how old you are. We can have an adult conversation like grown men and grown women do, and we can talk about it if you actually like cinema. But if you don't like cinema and you just like jumping online to talk shit like you're a toddler, stay out of my threads.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now, before we move on to our next topic, Batman, please inform to the audience about your upcoming movie, One Punch Man. Please inform the audience and tell us all about it. Obviously, don't spoil it.
Oh, yeah, no, I won't. Well, actually, I'll be honest with you. I don't know as much about it because Zod is doing all the work. And I've told Zod, please don't tell me too much about it because I want to be surprised too. But basically, it started where Josh, Zod, and I were reviewing Army of Thieves on my channel. I made a joke about punching Karen. I was referencing that bank scene where in the beginning of the movie where Dieter's working and one old lady.
Yes.
I was talking about that, how I just want to punch that woman, that Karen, and then Sin Havoc commented, One Punch Stand. And then Zodwriter, he got started on One Punch Stand. And I was really excited when he developed this because it's really cool to be part of this project, to be part of this amazing project without actually having to do any work. I love it. It's like I'm a star of a movie without doing any work. But I really love, I love the care that Zodwriter put into this movie. Like one thing that, so some of you this is going to sound off topic, but it's going to work its way back into what we're talking about.
Go ahead, cook.
As people know, I've been a huge defender of Ezra Miller. I have not liked the allegations that went his way. I thought that the media was wrong for how they treated him, to the point that actually when I got an ESD last year, I have acid reflux, GERD, whatever, and then they had to go in my esophagus to make sure everything was okay. It was. But anyways, I woke up from anesthesia. The very first thing I say is, Ezra Miller is innocent. Hashtag Celsius jail to Netflix. Hashtag sell Snyderverse to Netflix. I don't think I actually said hashtag, but that's what I said. Yeah. And with the Ezra Miller thing, I hate Issa Rae. Issa Rae, a celebrity who went after Ezra Miller and clearly did not, I don't want to get too far into this, I'll say, clearly spoke on something she was uninformed about. And what I liked with Zod Rider, knowing this, that's why he made the Cordovan Speedster a speedster in honor of me defending Ezra Miller, and then Issa Gay, the cyborg of the movie, the bad guy, named after Issa Rae, even though Zod Rider is still putting his own spin on the character, so not completely based off Issa Rae, just to clarify, but the name is. And I like that little care that Zod Rider put into it. And with the fact that our great late friend Mikey Sutton is part of this project, who, I want to clarify, Zod Rider got permission from his family. Mikey Sutton's family is in full support of this project. So it's a nice way for Mikey's legacy to live on. And I think that's really important. So that's coming out the same day. It's coming out on Papa Gunny Poo's birthday on July 11, 2025. The day that Papa Gunny Poo was born. And also it's that Superman movie, but it's on James Gunn's birthday. So the movie is going to be attributed to Mikey Sutton and James Gunn's dad. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm really excited. And as we get closer, we're going to be promoting this movie. And check out the trailer, guys. The full-blown 2-minute trailer is on. So guys,
we'll leave a link in the description, guys, so you guys can go check out the trailer. One Punch Dan coming out July 11, 2025, made by Zod Rider, starring One Punch Dan, Batman's thoughts. Absolutely, and we will definitely have you guys come to the show when the date comes closer, so you guys can promote it as well. Absolutely,
I appreciate that, Costello. I really do.
Absolutely.
And while we're on the fans journey segment, I did want to show one thing before we move on completely, because I brought this out. So, as some of you may know, I went to Fan Expo Chicago.
It's
confusing. It's a new year, so I keep thinking this year, technically last year. And I met Sophia Boutella, and this is a cell shirt. This is a cell shirt I have. I never wear this shirt anymore, and I'll show you why. I hope you guys can see it because I know it doesn't really show it well.
Hold on, let me take the banner. Hold on, so we can. Okay, there we go.
I'm trying to see if I can show.
Is it right? Right?
Do you see a bit of yellow?
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Right here. Yeah, right there.
Sophia Boutella herself signed this shirt.
Yo, that's awesome, dude. That's really, really cool.
Sweet.
And I was so nervous meeting her. Like, I always get I'm so bad at meeting celebrities, and I was like, nervous. Like, I was, but she was.
Try Tom Welling.
That guy. I would not get nervous meeting him because I don't like that guy anymore. But Sophia Boutella was really nice and really sweet. She was really like happy to meet all her fans, and that's what
Nice.
She's such a genuine person, and she accepted a little gift I gave her even too. It's a card game I invented with my grandma way back in the day. And wait, what? Oh my God, Sin Havoc? What?
What?
Sophia Boutella in Zeta's jail too.
Oh, that'd be dope.
And and this is actually a clip. My one YouTube short is me asking Sophia Boutella a question: who she would want in Rebel Moon from Zack Snyder's Justice League, aside from actors who have been used. So Ray Fisher, Ray Porter, they're out because they were already in it. But other than those guys, so check that out too. But I'm really happy with what Sin Havoc is saying, so maybe.
I tend to believe when Sin Havoc speaks wisdom because most of the stuff, he knows a lot more than many people.
He knows a lot more than he leads on that he does. I think. That's what I've noticed with him.
I do have something to add to Sin Havoc's credibility too. Is that people know Zod Rider did research for Pause Not Stopped. He had to put the book on hiatus because his main source, Mikey Sutton, passed away. But Sin Havoc is saying a lot of stuff that Zod Rider found out himself with research for the book. So
interesting.
I did want to point. So yeah, I don't know who Sin Havoc is, and also Cavill shot first. A scoop Mikey Sutton said Han Solo type character for Henry Cavill.
Yep.
So
cool.
All right. So let's move on to our next topic. But before that, let's throw a drop for the people. Where is it? Let's do. Okay, let's do this one.
I'm surprised to get a.
Oh,
I'm surprised to get a call. I thought I'd be dead before I heard the sound that killed me.
Well, I've been asked to show some restraint. Otherwise, you would have gone out one morning, gone out to your favorite car of all the 17 that you own, and as soon as you turned on the ignition...
That's what we're going to do. We're going to blow this topic up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. You mean the Ben Affleck clone? That Batman?
That Batman clone, unfortunately. These guys, we don't want to talk. There are a lot of topics that we don't want to talk about.
Let me ask you a question. How blind and clouded of judgment does a person have to be to not see that this dude is literally lifting everything from Zack Snyder and just changing it around? I don't understand how somebody can't see that shit.
You mean like, when they throw a can at Superman in the trailer? You mean like how he doesn't smile? You mean...
Make that picture a bit bigger, Phil.
I mean... I don't understand how people just can't. I mean, it's like they have tunnel vision. You can't see that he's literally taking. He made an animated nightmare scene with all the heroes dead just to stick it to us. What the hell is that shit?
You know what? Like I kind of see. I think I see Trunks. I know it's hard to make out, but I think I see Trunks. Yeah.
Well, that's a belt. Hang on.
I know James Gunn did say, now again, it's James Gunn, so take with a grain of salt. He said not to look too far into it because it's a silhouette, blah, blah, blah. Again, grain of salt, Gunny Poo can change his mind later, but let's be honest, we're not getting the DC.
Yeah, we didn't fire Cavill. We just didn't hire him.
Fuck you, James.
I'm going to call it right now. This is the only time we are going to see Batman in the DCU because Superman Lunacy will flop, and then Peacemaker Season 2 will come out because it's already filmed. But after that, DCU. So this Batman, that's what we're seeing with him.
You know what it looks like to me? Have you ever seen the Batman, the Brave and the Bold, like the cartoon?
Oh, yeah.
It literally looks like that cartoon with just like in a dark silhouette,
and with a pow, bam, whoa, pow.
And there you go, Socks, right there. Batman was introduced in a cartoon during a musical. What the F? Oh. But you want us to support your universe, right?
No. Well, there's no reason to support his universe. All Gunny Poo had to do was greenlight ZSJL 2 and 3 as an Elseworld, and not go after our friend Mikey Sutton, and take accountability for what he posted. So, multiple ands. But, really? Not that big a deal, honestly, for him to do all those three things. And then maybe we supported his universe.
Sin Havoc just said that's exactly what it is.
But
Brave and the Bold. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey did tell us that Mikey did tell us that when he met with Ben Affleck, he pitched him, yeah, we want to do Kick-Ass. And he's like, no thanks.
Absolutely not.
No, dude. It's insane, dude. Like we're unfortunately we're on. These are difficult times that we're dealing as DC fans. You know, Star Wars went through it, and they're still like Star Wars is dead. Like that shit is done. You know, and Marvel's on life support. Deadpool and Wolverine at least gave it a little bit of hope.
Deadpool and Wolverine was a good movie, bro. Like that was big.
Now with RDJ coming back with Chris Evans, we'll see. We'll see how it happens. But DC, yeah, we're. Oh, I was gonna mention that, Charles. Thank you. Like, come on. No, actually, hold on.
You should pull up that. You should pull up that picture I sent in the precinct.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, pull that one first, and then I'll pull another one. Go ahead, pull that one, Charles. Let me find the other.
All right. All right. If there's any guns in the chat, I need y'all to just come slide on in here for me right quick. Let me tell you a story. This story is about quality. This story is about effort. This story is about details and the thought process put into designing a suit. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Zack Snyder. He hired a guy named Wilkinson to give him the best looking goddamn Superman suit there ever was. The end. then on the right, there was a guy named James Gunn who said, "What's that lady's name again that made all my Star-Lord suits for me? Yeah, get her over here and make me a Superman suit. Make sure it's rubber." The end. Now, all you gunners with the straight face, can you tell me honestly? I don't know what's wrong with your eyeballs, if you got glasses on. I don't know what it is. But can you honestly look at this suit? Cavill suit. With all the detail in there, all the alien stuff in there, that whole design. Basically made to look like, basically made the language. This is a work of art made by his dad. Okay? His AI dad in his ship. He made these. Okay? How can you compare this to James Gunn's Superman suit that looks like a knockoff of the Star-Lord suit from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Like, it doesn't even look like Superman, bro. Like the logo doesn't.
Hey, have you ever? Superman. Let me ask you a question, Rox. Have you ever played with Play-Doh before?
Yeah, I've played with Play-Doh.
So I need y'all to go ahead and I just need y'all to look at the draws and look at the belt and tell me, have you ever played with Play-Doh before? Now, again, Gun fans, I need you to look at these suits side by side, wipe that mud and scale and whatever you got over your eyes. I need you to open up your eyeballs for me and just please explain to me and tell me, are we looking at the same pictures? Like, we're not. This is the point that we are making. One shows effort into a universe just by the suit alone.
Bro, you could pull up Hodglin's suit and put it up to here, and the new suit, Gun's suit, doesn't even fucking come close.
I'm glad you said that, because if they try to use, Gun's suit, his mom made it for him. Tyler Hoechlin's Superman, his mom made it for him too.
The first episode, bro. Did you see that suit?
Yeah.
That suit looked phenomenal, and it stands up to any movie suit I've seen before. It certainly stands up fucking light years better than what Gunn's serving us right now.
Look at this image right here.
Mm-hmm.
Are we being blind?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for bringing that up. So that's another side by side. Again, James Gunn fans, tell me there's not a correlation there. Tell me that when you at this juxtaposition that you see right now, tell me there's not a correlation there. And you're trying to tell me that you can't see that this man is trying to copy Zack Snyder? When I say that he's riding Zack Snyder's meat, that's exactly what I meant when I said it. I didn't mince words when I was telling you this shit online. I said this man is literally copying Zack Snyder's work, switching it around and making it a little bit more cartoony and stupid. And there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yo, real quick, Joker said, I didn't watch Superman and Lois past episode 2, but the suit looked amazing. Joker, you got to check out images of the suit from season 4.
Suit was
Where's the suit from
season 4 suit.
Check out the season 4 suit from Superman and Lois. It's phenomenal.
Oh my god.
When you get to season 4, do you see that suit? It actually now looks like a big budget Superman.
Thank you.
Like
that's exactly what it looks like.
The first season, it looked too much like Under Armour, in my opinion. Like, it looked like he was wearing an Under Armour shirt.
Yeah.
The second season, I didn't like the way the suit folded underneath the crest. Like, you would see folds in the suit, and it kind of made it look a little cheap. But when you get to season 3 and 4, they fucking nailed the suit.
Man, that suit is phenomenal.
Rox, where's that comment? I want to highlight it.
Joker. It's it's. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments up. Yeah, 10:25 here on my computer. It says.
Sorry, forgot time zones.
It's not pulling up on yours. It's right above Sin Havoc.
Dude, Sin Havoc is everywhere, dude.
Sin So,
all right, Joker, highlight. Do me a favor. Put that comment again so I can highlight it, please, because there's too many chats. I can't find it. I'm sorry, because I want to give you a drop.
Are you having trouble keeping up, sir? Are you okay?
unprepared Phil. Unprepared Phil. Hashtag unprepared Phil.
Phil, take a look at my comments right by. All right, hold on.
If you can't find it, I just repasted the comment and I put a little Joker to give him the credit.
She said, Mama Bear said, look at the comment right by.
Oh, Joker. Okay, I found.
Yeah.
Oh, Joker. All right, now. All right. Fuck.
That's always a
Is
good
this one?
sign. Yes.
All right, Joker. I'm gonna give you this one.
Let's put our cards on the table here, General. You're scared of me because you can't control me. You don't, and you never will. But that doesn't mean I'm your enemy.
Then who is? Zod?
That's what I'm worried about.
Be that as it may, I've been given orders to hand you over to him.
Do what you have to do, General.
I gotta highlight this. I'm sorry. If you know, you know, guys. If you know. All right, Gilmore Rose, I'm gonna have to come up with a drop for you. I will. That's. I'm gonna put that on the note.
Oh, by the way, Gilmore Girl fans, when I went to the Warner Brothers studio tour, I actually went by that gazebo in the show. Never watched it, but I did that for my mom and sister who did watch it. So I went to that actual gazebo and wherever that was. So
Nice. All right. Any last comments and questions about this topic about DC Batman, guys? Throw it in the chat right there. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're growing. We're building this big tent of DC fandom. Everybody's welcome. So,
And
guys,
again, if gun fans are watching, I promise I won't bite. If you come on the show, man, let's talk. But you got to come with some substance. You got to come with some knowledge of film and TV and all of this other. You can't just come at me and just say somebody is a hack or use one word sentences to describe who they are, because that to me says that you are not in it for film. You're in it for something else. Me, I'm in this for cinema, for film. I love storytelling. Okay, I love the process of storytelling, all the way up from writing that script all the way up to the big budget production and everything in between. I love talking about all of that. Okay, the things that we are talking about falls under that category. When you have a man who goes out of his way to make the quality and the details of his universe the way it is, and you have one dude just said, make me a rubber suit, I have a problem with that. So please don't come at me saying that that's peak, because it's not peak.
See, I have a feeling that whoever they cast to play Batman in this new universe, I don't think he'll even be able to recreate that pose. I don't think he's going to have the buffness or the structure for it, because they tried that's Affleck. That's Affleck's pose. That's his look. They're not going to be able to recreate that. They're not going to find an actor who has that.
You've seen
presence.
the shots of Affleck, and then in the comic book, the comic book. Come on, bro. I like a spitting image, man. That's him.
Bruce Wayne. Yep.
That is
now
him.
Also keep in mind, and we said this earlier, the hero's journey. Batfleck on BBS was broken, and then on ZSJL you see that Batman in the gargoyle at his peak, like he's returned, he's back. That is Batman.
That's Batman.
That's why you have that shot, and you see it. For those of you who were lucky to see it on IMAX, that's why it's so fucking huge, because that's the grandioso moment. Like, damn, that's fucking Batman. That's the goddamn Batman.
yeah, not playing Danny Elfman theme.
Right.
You know what I was gonna say with the DCU Batman being put on? I mean, it's not delayed, but they don't have a plan for it anytime soon. With Andy Muschietti saying, and with the Batman Part 2 being delayed due to script issues, now is the perfect time for Warner Brothers to license off another Batman script to Netflix that is now complete, that is ready to go, that can make the money for a Batman that was only going to have one solo movie. This is the perfect time to sell the Batflick movie to Netflix, Warner Brothers. Just saying.
Yep. Oh, look, Socks. Check this out. I wonder if I would be considered a hypocrite since I love Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but yet I can't stand what Gunn has done with the. Thank you. That's it. Socks. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. That exact thing. There are people who love the MCU. I like the MCU too. There's like, I got my movies as far as the MCU goes, but there are people that love the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, but that don't like what he's doing with his I told you. I told you they were out there, and he's one of them. That's what I was saying. Not everybody is going to come over from Marvel. Socks, can you concur with that? Do you believe that every single MCU fan is going to come over because James Gunn is there? Because that's what I was saying.
It goes back to what you were saying about having different tones. Like, I go to DC for a completely different tone than Marvel. Sure, there's a few Marvel films that I absolutely enjoy that I really, really like. But when it comes to Zack Snyder's DC stuff, that stuff I can watch over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Exactly. Pull up a drop for Socks. That's exactly what I'm saying. And when I think superhero movie, I immediately go straight to the ones that I love. It's that simple.
Zack's stuff was so crazy that you could literally watch it over and over, and you're still finding new things every single time you're watching it. There's always new details to find, new lore to explore. Like,
I found a whole bunch of.
He goes deep.
I found a whole bunch of nuggets watching Justice League over and over again. Kilowog and all. Did you see his mansion in the background? All that stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. They're literally like not that far from where he actually lived, where his mansion was, and all of that stuff. Yeah. So
because that's the Hall of Justice.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Socks. This drop is for you, and then we're gonna move on to the next subject. Where is?
Oh, and wait, before you drop it, no, Socks. You are not a hypocrite. You are not a hypocrite from loving what you love, because what James Gunn did for you when it came to Guardians of the Galaxy, those movies spoke to you. So nothing wrong with that. But you are absolutely correct. He's bringing a flavor. He's bringing a flavor from the MCU to characters that it doesn't match. It just doesn't work. If he were still at if he was still at Disney, absolutely. I wish he would have never left, because he's suited for that. That's where he belongs.
He was supposed to be the czar for the cosmic part of
exactly.
Marvel.
He fits that. He can do that. That's what he does. Don't bring that over to. Don't do it to DC.
Also, with the MCU, I feel like Kevin Feige reins Gunny Poo in a lot more than he's reined in at DC. A lot of some of the real juvenile humor, the real adult, I say adult in quotes, humor he has.
Well, he has real pushback at DC with Feige there and the structure that's over there. When it comes to DC, he doesn't. Or sorry, with Marvel. Sorry, when it comes to DC, he doesn't have that pushback. He's got like a 70-year-old David Zaslav. You know what I mean? Very easy to manipulate, because the 70-year-old David Zaslav doesn't know jack shit about comic books or comic book movies.
Socks is my man tonight, y'all. He is. Go back to the one comment. Go back to his other comment. He said I'm a different kind of MCU fan. Right
Actually,
there.
So
he knows what's up. He knows the type of quality. He knows what he wants in the MCU. He wouldn't want his MCU like the DC, right, Socks? You wouldn't want like DC flavor on the MCU. The MCU is perfect the way it is. So that's exactly the argument. Why are you trying to turn DC into Marvel? It's not gonna work. It's just not.
They want that Marvel money.
So Socks is going to be a guest in our show very soon. We already spoken with him, so he's in the pipeline. So, and this is a type of debates that we want to have, because we want to have people from the MCU that some of them support guns, some don't.
Because he's exactly. That's exactly the type of person that I want on the show. Just like him, somebody that can say I like both, but I'm not stupid enough to believe that you can color up and dirty up one with something else and make it work. He's not that stupid.
Now, what it comes
That's
down
what I'm
to is
talking about.
I just think that they've always wanted that Marvel money, and now the only thing they have left to try is to try to replicate Marvel. That's all they got left. They have no other cards on the table. So,
all right,
Yeah.
Socks, this one's for you, and we go to the next topic.
You know what happened to this guy, Jack? What? Made mistakes. And then he had this. Right shot! Now you want to get nuts! Come on! Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts.
let's get nuts. What are we getting nuts about, Phil? What's next? Jason Momoa.
Yeah! That's how he reacted on that.
That's how he reacted. Well, let's make it short and sweet, guys. Look, he doesn't survive in the timelines anyway, so it really doesn't matter. It was look. Mirror replaced him. It was Barry Allen. It was Cyborg, Batman, the Joker, and Deathstroke. So there you go. Everybody else is dead. So it doesn't really matter.
I mean, we'll need him in Scale 3 when the timeline gets reversed, but for Zia Shale 2...
All right, fine. They'll call him back for that. Okay, whatever.
But, I mean, I have to say, a lot of people are giving Jason Momoa shit right now, but the dude's an actor. He needs to work. He's not an established actor like Ben.
Thank you.
While we're all making fun of him, he needs the bag. Real talk. You're absolutely right. He does. He does. I get it, man.
Listen. Let's be honest here. Momoa, when Zach calls him, he's gonna come back.
Oh, he'll come back for sure.
He's gonna come back. Okay, he's gonna come back because remember, Momoa said it. I would not be here in my career if it weren't for you and Aquaman.
And he was the one who let the cat out of the bag about the whole Snyder Cut thing to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it kind of is what it is. I mean, he's an actor. He's going to want to work. He wants to work. So it is,
And this is his dream cast. He always
wanted this.
He always wanted to be Lobo. Now, one thing I said backstage to you guys, I'll say it in public now, is that I'm not I don't know Lobo well enough as a character. Okay, only what I've seen in the animated shows. I haven't actually read the Lobo comic book, but this is something that
I'm sorry.
It's okay. But this is something that he wants to do, and I'm going to respect him for that because Momoa has done some good movies too. Yes, he's been in a few flops. Incoming one coming now called Minecraft, but whatever. Topic for another channel, not here. But I'm happy for Momoa. I really am happy because this is something that he really wanted. I don't think Gunn is going to do justice on the character, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. We'll see if it even comes to the big.
Wait,
screen.
so right, and that's off the back of Superman lunacy, man. I'm telling you, because if that fails,
none of this is happening. Exactly. Yeah.
I bet Lobo's cameoing in Superman. I would not be surprised if Lobo has a cameo in that film.
It's possible. I mean, it's fucking. He's got every other superhero in there. So what's one more? I don't know. Like, here's the thing, man. I really don't understand why this is news. And I was saying this to the guys backstage. We knew about this like a year ago. When he was jumping up and down inside the Warner Brothers headquarters, and he posted that video on social media. So, like, the fact that they're making a whole news cycle out of this now is what I find more interesting than the news itself, because we've already known about this. We've known about this for a long, long time.
This is misdirection. This is just
exactly because if they were just gonna they wouldn't have announced it way back when or did whatever it is they did. He was like a safety net, so to speak. They were like, okay, we're gonna break glass in case of emergency and see if we can deflect them with this. Okay, look. People may know Lobo. People may not know Lobo. What I am saying is the general audience, when they hit the theater, they're going to be looking for Henry Cavill. I'm just saying what's about to happen.
You mean even in the Superman movie? In the
Superman movie, yeah. Yep. What happened to the other guy? Who is Lobo? Who is this? Who is that? Especially if they don't read comics.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you really don't need to read comics to know who Superman is. Everybody knows that. Household staple. But these other ones, just walk up to somebody on the streets and be like, hey, you know who Mr. Terrific is? Who? Hey, do you know who Guy Gardner is? Who?
Who are the Wonder Twins? Remember when they wanted to do Wonder Twins?
Yeah.
If you haven't read comics,
what was the other one? The Zatanna movie they wanted to do too.
Yeah,
Zatanna.
You're not gonna know who Zatanna is. You're not gonna know who the female Furies are. You're not gonna know. What are you doing?
They could barely get people out to a Birds of Prey movie.
Why would you headline your character, headline your universe like this? And banking on the fact that every single MCU fan is going to like that flavor. They're not. I had somebody online try to argue with me and tell me that all comic books are the same. What? I said, let me give you a breakdown in English 101 one more time. There is a style to how people write. If you pay attention, you'll know. Stephen King does not write like Dean Koontz. Okay? They have a different style of writing. That's it. You can't say that DC, if you open up a DC, I could open up a DC comic book now and look at a Marvel comic book and tell the difference based on what I'm looking at, based on how it's written, based on the story. The tones are different. Sure, DC does have characters every now and again that are, more lighthearted or funny or quirky or whatever the case may be. But that is not the sum total or the whole of what DC is. DC started out as Detective Comics. Does Detective Comics, that name, sound like kiddie stuff to you?
Nope.
It's not. Marvel, however, does. Marvel. It's like fireworks going off when you're going to see Disney and Mickey Mouse. Marvel. Detective Comics. It's in the name. It's meant to be a noir, darker version of comic book characters. Period.
It's what people have associated the brand with for over 100 years, man.
There you go.
Brand recognition. People don't go to DC for lighthearted, children's stories. That's not what DC is known for.
That's not what DC is.
It's not what the brand has been established as for 100 years. Right. People know DC for their dark tones. That's DC. Like it's always been that way. It's always been that way.
Again, if you're into this stuff, all you got to do is pay attention to the signs. Think about it. Think about the timelines here.
Nice.
You had a really pretty good run with Keaton and Tim Burton's Batmans. You switch over to Schumacher, everything goes to shit. Mm-hmm. You have a good 78 Superman. Superman 2 was actually pretty dope to me. That was my favorite one. Then they went campy. Busted. Then they tried to rehash the 78 with Brandon Routh. Again, mad respect because he was a dope Superman. Wrapped around the Luthor story again with real estate and kryptonite. Failed. And then they fell off the block, came back with Christopher Nolan. And he changed the game after that. So for those of you who keep blaming Zack Snyder, please understand, it was the road from Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy that started all of this. It was him. It's a cycle.
Over and over.
He was meant to open that universe up for Zack Snyder. And he wrote the first story in it, which was Superman. Christopher Nolan and David S. Goyer, guys, came up with that story. And the way Christopher Nolan wrote that story was exactly the way Zack Snyder shot it. You think that Zack Snyder was giving Christopher Nolan notes on his script? No. The scene where everybody was getting crushed by the Black Zero machine and all that dialogue, that's Christopher Nolan. So you can't blame Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's directing from a script. Zack Snyder just happens to like the script because it was his cup of tea. That's the reason why he hired him in the first place. That's why he vouched for Zack Snyder. That was the point. Set your universe separate from Marvel. And by the second movie, if they would have let BVS just stay in the theater a little bit longer, it would have eclipsed Marvel. At some point, it would have. People would have eventually been like, oh, wow, they got a whole new universe over here. So I got one for, my kids, one for when I want to see something family friendly and funny, with a little bit of drama, maybe a little bit of heart in there. And then I also got something for me. Dark, adult, hero's journey, all that shit. They would have been making the same money. You'd have just had two different flavors. That's all.
And the GOAT of cinema just said it right here. It's not us saying it. It's Chris Nolan himself in an article right here.
And I quote, there's no superhero science fiction film coming out these days where I don't see Zack Snyder's influence. This is coming from the GOAT. He said that. So if Christopher Nolan is saying it, then he must be important to this genre. He must be important to this industry. He is the blueprint. Exactly.
I've seen so many different takes on some of the stuff that was done in Man of Steel. Like the fight with Zod where they're flying through the farm and Superman is just fucking wailing on him. Was wailing on, right? I've seen so many different takes of that, whether it's like in anime or other TV shows that have attempted to do something very, very similar. So I really do feel like without Man of Steel, I don't think the genre would be the same. That movie specifically inspired so many when it comes to cinematography and camera work, lighting, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Proper framing, everything. How to frame an epic superhero fight, like two aliens battling among each other. And that was one of my big criticisms with Chris Nolan with his Batman. You never really got to see the camera pan back. It was always up close, real tight, real quick shots, especially in the fight scenes, right? Zach really did pull that camera back and let you see it all. And it did inspire so much more that came after, in my opinion.
Yeah, Darshan says, and to this day, they are still confused about it. They think Batman versus Superman is Man of Steel 2. No, it is not Man of Steel 2. Number one, they introduced two different characters in there. The focus of Man of Steel of Man of Steel was about him. Batman versus Superman was about Batman.
Yeah, it was more a Batman movie than a Superman movie.
Come on, guys. It was about Batman. It was about his redemption. That's what BVS was about. Mm-hmm. Superman is already established in the world. He's flying around doing his thing. But the Black Zero event changed Bruce. So that film was about him. It was all about him. Yes, Superman was in it, but Superman was his foil. That was the point. That's why Superman was there. So no, Superman 2, a full-on Superman 2 film is centered around Clark. It's going to be centered around the Daily Planet. Yeah. It's going to be centered around Superman being established, and it's going to be established around another maybe alien character, or maybe even Lex Luthor.
It's also why Batman narrates in that movie.
Thank you.
Because it's his story. He narrates at the beginning, and I'm pretty sure
there was a time before, a time above. There were perfect things, diamond absolutes. Absolutely, it's his movie. That was the point. It was about trying to redeem a man who fell off. That's what that film was about. How can I said that in one fucking sentence? How do you not get that?
And also, if Batman v Superman is Man of Steel 2, then based on that logic, Zack Snyder's Justice League has to be Man of Steel 3, and that makes even less.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
No, Man of Steel 2. We need an actual Man of Steel 2, the one that was planned with Brainiac, Daniel Craig.
The one that was playing with Brainiac and Supergirl. Come on now. Sasha
Dude, I still want to know what happens with that pod. The pod, dude. Like I hope we get an answer of that pod on ZSJL 2 or 3. Because it'd be perfect to add a Supergirl there also. But anywho,
yeah. This is what this is. Hang on, I want to share something here right quick.
Go ahead. I gotta drop on standby, but go ahead.
Okay. Y'all see this?
Oh yeah.
Look at this. This is what we were gonna get. Look at old Granny Goodness back there.
The sod.
Zack Snyder gave an elegance to this that I cannot describe.
You know what really stings about all of this with James Gunn as well is that not only did this not happen, but from what I've been reading now that I've become such a fan of Superman and Lois, we were going to get a Darkseid invasion in that show, and they stopped it from happening.
Lord of the Rings. Fucking
why are they so afraid to give us the Darkseid story? I don't understand it. Why is that something that we cannot have?
Because they cannot find men to run a dark universe the way it should be run. That's what it is. They can't find somebody with the balls to say, listen here, investors. This is what you're going to do. You're going to give me this amount of money. I'm going to hire this about this many people. I'm going to get directors. I'm going to get producers. I'm going to get everybody on board, and we are going to turn this universe, this DC universe, into something special. We are going to set ourselves apart from Marvel. I don't give a shit, and that's the problem. They're not up on standing up there saying, "I don't give a shit what Marvel is doing. We doing this." If they would have had the balls to do that, we wouldn't be here right now. Look at this. We are never going to get a completed story to this until somebody with brains and balls gets on board and let this man do his thing. It's that simple. We're going to get stuff like this. Let me show you. We're going to get that. Y'all like that, guys? Y'all like that?
Pull up that picture I sent in the precinct, bro.
How about the Play-Doh draws on outside of a rubber suit? How about that? That's what y'all want, right? Okay.
The scuba suit.
I got it, Charles. I got it. Hold on. Here it is.
Exactly, Futuretron. He was gonna do a Man of Steel 2, but eventually, yep. Now look at this. Look at this suit, and y'all tell me that that's quality. I want someone to say quality to me and with a straight face. Look at that. By the way, he hired the same person he did from Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why the suit looks like this, by the way.
And I think the same guy who did the score. I think the scoring as well.
No, it's a woman, dude. It's a woman.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it's not
Okay,
a dude.
my bad.
Yeah, it's a woman. Yeah.
See, guys, if I make a mistake, I acknowledge it. We all make mistakes.
She put absolutely no effort into making this suit.
Scuba man.
No texture, no real. It looks like a rubber suit. It has no texture. It's pale. He's got his drawers on the outside with a yellow belt on. If you tell me that this doesn't scream Doofy from Scary Movie,
it's freaking Scuba Steve.
right, I gotta put a drop for. I gotta find a drop like that.
Do you have? Did I give you Did I give you a special officer Doofy drop? I can't remember from Scary Movie. Oh, I'm gonna have to make one. I'm gonna have to make one, bro.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on, and
I don't understand why grown ass men want to see this shit. I'm failing to understand why you can't act your age and grow up and realize that stories change. And I don't know why you all in the fields about the footies, feety pajamas, and the underoos. I don't understand. Grown ass men. I'm about to call y'all out.
Now, for all those grown ass men that we are inviting over, because we want you guys to come, I want you to feel welcome.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I saw Die Hard on the flight back home. Oh, dude, it's a fucking classic.
I saw
Michael Cootie said.
You know what? I'm gonna give him 1-2. I'm gonna give him 1-2.
You have me at a loss. You know my name, but who are you? Just another American who saw too many movies as a child. Another orphan of a bankrupt culture who thinks he's John Wayne, Rambo, Marshall Dillon.
I was always kind of partial to Roy Rogers, actually. I really like those sequin shirts.
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Shout out to you, Michael Carney. All right.
Charles is dying.
You guys, this is about having fun. We're all having fun. We can rant.
He had Play-Doh draws on with a belt on. And grown men want to see this shit in the theaters, man, because they're literally remembering themselves in the 3rd grade. I'm having problems with this whole shit, bro. I'm sorry, but this is just stupid.
Gilmore Girl, look what Gilmore Girl's putting. Looks like costumes.
Looks like that costume was made in the 80s. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's plastic mask included for Halloween.
All right, Gilmore Girls, we're gonna get a special drop for you for the next stream. I promise.
Oh shit!
Oh, and get some MCU drops for socks too.
Yeah. No, I got it. When I get back home, there's a lot that we have in the pipeline cooking. So stay tuned.
Oh boy, that was great.
Yeah, I thought we lost you for a sec, Charles.
No, man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to look a grown man in his eyes and see.
Charles.
I can't.
Charles.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Charles.
Wee, there you go. Just let it go. Wee, dog.
Breathe, dog. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I just don't understand. I'm 51 years old, bro. I don't understand. I admit it. I had to grow up relatively fast when it came to my family. I didn't have time to sit down and with my feety pajamas and I'm from the hood. It was just the way it was. But I didn't start enjoying the things that I love when it comes to the DC universe until I started getting older. So I was an old man at a young age. I had to make sure my brothers were taken care of. I had to make sure, there was a whole lot of my life and I grew up fast. It was just the way it is. But that made me, even though it made me be an adult faster than maybe I would have liked to be, I'm glad I am the person that I am. Because I take things seriously. I take life seriously. I don't cover my eyes and pretend like it doesn't exist. I walk through life and I make adjustments accordingly. And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Phil.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, real quick, before we get to the next topic, just want to remind everybody, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the platform. I think we are 8 subscribers away right now, 8 or 7 subscribers away. We're getting close to 500 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So we are growing, guys.
And with that, again, absolutely, we could not do this without you guys. We really do appreciate it. We sharing this channel, sharing it with your friends and your family, telling everybody to come out and take a look. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
we do.
Okay.
All right.
Our next topic: The Accountant has a release date. Batfleck is coming back, but not Batfleck, but as the accountant. Where's the share? Oh, here it is.
I'll take it for now. I'll take it for now. It'll do.
Oh, dude, this movie's gonna be fire, dude.
Oh, it's gonna be fire because what I'm looking forward to is not just Ben Affleck, dude. John Berthal, man. I want to see how these two rock it out.
Dude,
bro. Remember
Batman and Punisher.
Dude, I didn't even know J.K. Simmons was in this. Damn.
Yes.
Yes.
He was the Treasury agent that was hunting down. I'm not.
It's been a while since I've seen the first movie. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah. But yeah, he was. I'm not gonna spoil it then. But Bad Dance, come on, man, wake up. You gotta see it.
I know.
So gotta see it, man.
That damn, I'm gonna get a special drop for you next time. Wait, do you say I haven't seen it? Like, oh, dude, like, for all of you guys who haven't watched, how old is The Accountant? How old is that movie? The first one.
It's
been a bit.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. It was like the high teens, 20 teens, somewhere up
2016. 2016.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Batman and that's gonna be Batman and that's gonna be Batman and the Punisher right there. And believe it or not, check it out. They foreshadowed this. Remember when he was in the car and his dad was telling him what he had to do, and he got out of the car and told him, "You can't hide forever. You're gonna go defend your brother. Go help him." And he got out of the car and they went to scrapping with the bullies. That was foreshadowing right there because now they're gonna be in the same movie together.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be dope. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, just had to plug my ears there so I wouldn't get spoiled.
He said The Accountant is basically a Bruce Wayne film. Yep. Just Bruce Wayne. Yep.
Is it going to theaters or is this like a direct?
Yes.
No,
it is going to theaters. Okay.
Yeah, it's going straight to theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Artist Equity with this is Amazon, I believe. Yeah, Amazon Studios.
Yeah, it's just not Warner Brothers anymore because the first one was under Warner Brothers. Well, you know what they did. So
yeah, I know Affleck's got a lot of stuff going to Amazon these days. I've seen a lot of projects of his on there.
Wait, why doesn't Ben Affleck want to work for Warner Brothers? Why is he not working with Warner Brothers again?
Absolutely not. I think James Gunn is cool. I like the guy. Blah blah blah. I think he'll be successful. Absolutely not. I wouldn't want to go in that direction. Something like that. So when a man tells you, "I don't want to go in that direction," what exactly do you think he means by that? What does that tell you?
He wants quality.
Not balloons and circus clowns.
And mind you, Batfleck is Academy Award winner twice, mind you.
Yeah.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
See, unlike Jason Momoa, Ben Affleck can afford to be picky. Ben Affleck can afford it. He's an established enough actor that he can afford to do that.
Yeah, I get it. Nope, I'm not. But see, and now, like I said, that was and you made a good point about that. Is that would actually be a good idea if he comes back, if they ever do get this thing done. Soon as Flash does his thing, he shows up. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if he did, because that would technically all he would be needed for. Honestly, you know what I mean?
Fight.
So the final fight, that's it. So, yep.
And I do find it interesting with J.K. Simmons because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Ben Affleck was the one who actually wanted J.K. Simmons in Justice League. I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I think so.
Because I think Ben Affleck was casting for his Batman movie, and they put they put Gordon. Just same way I think it was the original director of The Flash who casted Kiersey Clemens technically, and Zack Snyder. But yeah.
Oh, J.K. Simmons is an awesome actor, man. Anything.
Oh yeah,
he's in. It's just fucking.
I liked him in Red 1 as Santa. He was a good Santa, believe it or not.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch Red 1.
You know what?
Bro.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, and I wanted to bring that up right quick. I actually saw it, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Not perfect by any means. Should have not put it in theater. Drop it straight on streaming. Would have done better, obviously, but not bad. Chris Evans was pretty good. J.K. Simmons was pretty good. They were pretty good. The Rock was not bad. He was The Rock, but he was not bad. Okay.
We've said this multiple times. The Rock needs to stop being The Rock.
Yeah.
He needs to up his game, or he's going to start.
And I've said it. He's going to be The Rock and do it in the WWE, because when he plays The Rock in the WWE, that's the best version of The Rock you're ever going to get. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to
exactly. So it wasn't bad. It was not a bad movie. It was not as bad as people were saying it was. That's why I gave it a chance. I was like, let's go ahead and watch this movie. And then we were sitting there like, yeah.
So did you see it on a streaming service, or did you pay for it, Charles?
No, it's on what is it on, Bad Dan's Amazon? Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not a bad film. It really was not. I'm not gonna lie, sit here and say no.
What about Evans?
But
how was Evans' performance? Chris Evans, how was his performance?
Chris Evans, he was pretty funny. Yeah, he was pretty funny. Yeah,
nice.
But yeah, his character basically was he's the redeemable. He's the redeemable character basically in the entire film. And so is The Rock in some standards. He basically has no faith in Christmas. He's gonna retire. That's basically what that's centered around until Santa Claus is kidnapped, and it basically takes off from there. So
okay, interesting.
But it's
it's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Right. J.K. Simmons really redefined Santa, a fit Santa.
He did. Mm-hmm. I like how they had the and one more thing about it. So they have these characters in it. So they run this group basically that exist in a world where fairy tale characters exist. So they monitor them and they do all this other kind of stuff. So there's all kind of stuff that you're going to see.
Did you feel like they were trying to world build on the movie, like try to make it more sequels or something, or spinoffs? Did you get that feel with that movie?
Nah, I didn't. Did you, Bad Dance?
No, I mean, I felt like there maybe would be potential for more, but I felt like it doesn't feel to me there needs to be a sequel. Like this one works honestly as a standalone. I mean, I
one and done. Okay.
Yeah.
I see where they could expand on it, honestly, but I don't think there's a need to, in my opinion. I think they had a great.
That worked.
Yeah, it was a straight run. It wasn't bad, man. Like I said, The Rock was The Rock, obviously, but you get his motivation in the movie, and you understand his motivation in the movie. So yeah, it was not a bad film. I thought it was pretty good. So, yep,
nice. All right, guys. Let's move on to our next topic. This will be a short, and then we're gonna do the main topics because there's not much going on this week. It's New Year's, I get it, but we still gotta entertain you people.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
We need to update and start getting some Gladiator 2 drops.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I got a lot of
Spaniard.
I got a lot of drops I got to update. You still haven't seen Gladiator? Oh my god.
Hey, I haven't seen it yet either, man.
Family. When you're done this podcast, you turn on the TV and you rent that shit. You watch it.
Hey.
You can stream it now.
I'm going to bed after this.
Life, guys. Come on now.
I hear you.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to it though. Don't you worry. Because I want to talk about it. And I want to see my boy Denzel. So I want to see
I trust you. Yep. Speaking of Denzel, he actually got the Medal of Freedom, I believe it was yesterday at the White House. So that was a
really
cool.
I heard Michael J. Fox too also got one.
Also, Michael J. Fox also got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So we had spoken on previous streams of a potential next Christopher Nolan movie, and we had speculated it was probably a vampire movie. But again,
we were wrong.
We were wrong. Shame on us. You were wrong.
He did. They said all that to throw us off the scent. That's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And whenever we get it wrong, we're going to say it because we're not afraid of being wrong. That's what makes us honest and transparent with you guys, the audience.
In predictions, it's okay to be wrong. That's like the whole fun of prediction and predicting and speculating. You're not, I mean, if you were right all the time with that, then it would be boring to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, rumor has it that RDJ is joining the Odyssey with Chris Nolan. And I was like, please make this happen. Dude, I am so psyched for this movie because there's another one that just came out. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll catch it later when it hits streaming with Ralph Fiennes. Shit, he also plays Odysseus. I forgot the name of the movie. You know which one I'm talking about?
Which one?
Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on.
All right. Right. So, yeah, there you go. Curly Ray, real DC fans. What is the Odyssey? Come on with it. Y'all know what that story is, real DC fans? It actually wasn't stories at all. It was based off of two poems, based off of Homer and his Odyssey. So all you got to do is look it up. Internet's available. But the Odyssey was one of those. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bad Dan.
And they reference it in Justice League, the animated series, in that Dream episode with Dr. Destiny. Batman references the Odyssey with the whole nobody comment. So DC fans should know the Odyssey if they watch Justice League, the animated series.
That's a nice catch, Bat Dan. Nice catch, buddy. As far as Robert Downey Jr. is concerned, I'm not surprised. I mean, after he came and did Oppenheimer with Christopher Nolan, you know how he likes to use the same actors, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see him come back at all.
All right, I found it. It's called The Return. Here it is. This just hit. It hit theaters, and it's pretty much the Odyssey. And Ralph Fiennes plays as Odysseus. And look how jacked he got.
Oh yeah, he worked
got
out.
Shredded.
Oh man, got worked out. Yeah, but that's basically it right there. It's if you loosely, but yes, it's based off of a poem, basically a two-parter poem based off of Homer. So, yep.
Mm-hmm. So this was my favorite. I read this when I was in high school. This was one of my favorite stories.
Oh, hang on a second, Joe Carr. I want to highlight his. He said maybe RDJ for Poseidon. Ooh, shit. Can you imagine him doing with a man?
He earned another drop. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
whoever Joker is, he's on a roll tonight, guys.
There can be only one.
What movie is that from?
I'm sorry, Bat Dad. I'm sorry, but Bat Dad, you know I love you. You know I do, but God damn it!
What counts out here? Not your fucking country clubs or your fucking TV shows. And what the fuck are you doing on TV?
Sorry, that's the wrong one. Where is it? Where is it?
I don't recognize that.
You see, the thing is that he's not feeling well. Plus, you don't feel good.
Jerry, what's the matter with you? We never discuss Mr. Vidi's health outside the family. You know better than that. Sit down.
Never saw that movie either.
It's Did you see Sid Having's comment?
Highlight. It's Highlander. It's Highlander. It's from the 80s. That's actually the one that Harry do now with Chad Stotowski.
Well, I wasn't born in the 80s, so.
All right. Hey. I want you to play a drop for Simple Dan right quick. You already know which one it is. Go ahead and pull it up, bro. Make me laugh. Come on. You know what I'm talking about, Phil. Let me have it.
I know. I'm looking for it.
Bad Dan.
Simple Jack, the story of a mentally impaired farmhand who can talk to animals, was a box office disaster that many critics called one of the worst movies of all time.
I ain't got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
Shout out to Bad Dance, baby. We just messing with you, Bad Dance.
We love Bad. It's all love. It's all love, man. You know we love you.
Devoclin in the chat. Tropic Thunder. In case Bad Dan don't know.
I didn't know, so thank you.
What? You never seen Tropic Thunder?
No, he said that last time. I remember you said that last time we did the drop.
Yeah, he was in.
Oh, bro,
we were with the Bat Channel. You weren't in that episode.
Okay, yeah, man. Oh, I was listing off my all-time 5 favorite buffooneries. Me and RawkTalks was talking about it, dude.
Now you want to see a good Robert Downey Jr. movie, my friend?
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man.
So, guys, going back to topic. So, what do you guys think in the chat? What are you guys excited for this? Have any of you read the Odyssey? Like, for real talk, have any of you read this story? If not, that's okay.
I remember the story, but I read it a long time ago. So.
Same here. I read that in school in freshman year English class.
So, like Charles said, it's 2 poems. It's okay. So, for all of you who have seen Troy, okay, that was pretty much part 1. And the Odyssey is part 2. So on Troy, or the Iliad. That's the Iliad. Is that, am I pronouncing it right? Okay, that's the story where the Greeks go to Troy and try to conquer Troy. And obviously the war, obviously in the movie it lasts days, but in the actual story it lasted decades. It lasted many, many years. And Odysseus was the king of Ithaca, another town, another city in Greece. And he was one of the generals that was helping Agamemnon and Achilles, conquer Troy. And obviously the war was over, and Odysseus, unfortunately, this is a little spoiler, but whatever. You guys will watch the movie or read the book. Odysseus' journey to go back home to his wife, to what was her name? Penelope. Penelope was his name, was his wife. And they had a son. And for almost 20 years, Odysseus was trying to get home, and he got obstacles by obstacles by obstacles. And yes, RDJ, I can see him as Poseidon. Absolutely,
man,
that's gonna be fire.
Now, see,
and on IMAX,
Phil's an educated man. You see here, if you're listening in, guys that like to hate on us, this is the type of stuff we talk about right here. Say, it isn't just about comic books. We like stories. We like real stories. Okay, so this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. All right.
And again, if you guys, and if before you say, and again, if you guys haven't seen certain movies here and there, yeah, we're gonna make fun of you there, but it's all with love. We're gonna teach you. We're gonna share with you guys our knowledge of movies and culture and movie history, because that's what this fucking podcast is about. It's not just about DC. It's about everything.
It's funny because one of the reasons why everybody thought that Christopher Nolan's next movie was going to be a horror or a vampire movie was because the rumor going around was that it was going to be something that he's never done before, that he'd never attempted before.
So they just assumed it. Yeah.
A lot of people, I think, assumed horror, but he's telling another, like, a mythological story here. You know what I mean? There's mythology here, right?
Think of 300, but
I was going to say this seems like something. This seems like something Zack Snyder would be good for. You know what I mean? So to see Nolan attempt to tackle this is very interesting, very cool.
Give
definitely
Zack
wanna check it
Snyder,
out.
give Zack Snyder Clash of the Titans with Medusa.
That'd be fire. That'd be fire.
That would be
Oh,
fire.
I gotta highlight this. I can see that too.
I can see that too. Hades. Oh yeah. But hey, if y'all were paying attention, again, people, it's literally, if you're watching, you know it's there. That's what his characters were. Renditions of these Greek gods. That's all they were. Batman was Hades. Flash was Hermes. Yeah, Cyborg was what is the technological god name? It started with the I can't remember what his name was. But yeah, the point I'm making.
Wonder Woman was Athena.
That's why Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan belong in the same camp. Literally, that's why. They tell great stories. Yep.
So, guys, if you have a chance to go watch, like I said, The Return, the one with Ralph Fiennes, go watch it. That'll give you. It'll pretty much sum up what Christopher Nolan's going to be. But that movie, The Return, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely going to watch it when it hits streaming. Imagine that movie with Christopher Nolan up to 100. Boom. Fire.
Okay.
All right, guys. Next topic. These are the last topics that we're going to talk. Like we said, it's going to be a short night, but these two go pair in pair, and we need to talk about it because this has gone for far too long. It's not the first time, definitely not going to be the last, and this shit has to stop because it's only fucking movies, guys. It's just movies. It's just entertainment. It's not fucking political. Let me repeat that one more time, so you guys out there can wrap this in your freaking head. This is not a political channel. We do not bring that shit here. I don't care your politics. I don't care about religion. We talk about movie culture, movie comics, this type of shit. It should not be this.
Neither is the Lethal Geeks X Twitter page either, and that's the point that I was making earlier. When we are making a thread and we're sharing our opinions with other like-minded people, and you come in the thread and just start talking smack and trying to insult people, I have a problem with that. So stay off of our threads talking that shit.
And by the way, when you go with one of us, you go with all of us because it's not just Charles, it's not just Rockstar. We are the Lethal Geeks. So when one of us is speaking, you're speaking to all of us.
It's literally
just a
that
reminder.
Simple. So
now let's talk about this.
Blow it up a bit more, buddy.
Bigger?
Yeah, just a little bit. There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. All right. So obviously we had a trending event a few weeks ago, released the Ayer cut, which was fire. And even David Ayer himself and his wife joined the party and started hashtagging also for the release. Even Wayne T. Carr, shout out to you, Wayne, also joined the party. And they start getting harassed by bots, by trolls, and hell, it's even confirmed here. Like what anti-Snyder bots were found out to be the ones who threatened David Ayer over Superman trailer. I've said this multiple times.
Now,
dating Zack Snyder is a fucking profitable business.
See, here's my question: is
hang on before
sorry, real quick. I just want to know who's paying for these bots.
Okay, so look, the internet is obviously saturated with bots and their capabilities of hiding where they come from. That much is clear. The internet is prolific now, but that's what I'm trying to say to people. How are you going to drop something and say that David Ayer is being harassed by Snyder fans with no proof, and you turn around and make a graphic to make it look like this actually legit? When we told you it is easy peasy for anybody to see the discourse between gun fans and Snyder fans, make a bot account and start some bullshit. See, that's the way adults think. See how I just came up with that scenario? The internet, social media. How easy do you think it is to just make an account and get two people to fight each other? That easy. Yet you don't think about that, do you? You click on the first headline and it looks real to you, so you're going to believe it. That makes you stupid.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I've that same rant I've had with Ezra Miller, with people going after Ezra Miller, reading a headline and going off it, and now
that makes you stupid. It makes you ignorant. It makes you unaware. It makes you not cognizant. So stop with the bullshit. Everybody likes what they like. We happen to not like what James Gunn is doing with the DC universe, because before that we had something special. We are not going to move on. We're not going to stop campaigning for that, because this man was done wrong. Period. I'm not, if you wipe everything else away, WBD pats him on the shoulder and say, there, go take care of your family, we'll handle it, and then bring in the first Marvel director to fuck up his universe. And now you got another Marvel dude running it. Zack Snyder is the one that actually deserves to finish his universe. He deserves to finish his universe. That's why we're fighting. If he didn't deserve it, if he did wacky shit, we wouldn't be talking right now. Zack Snyder would just be another weird director that we don't like or like. But it's more than that.
We're going to talk about that also, Sin Havoc. That's why it's coming up. That's why these two are entwined together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if go ahead. That
I was going to say, Sin Havoc. In other words, stay tuned.
Exactly. All right, Charles, keep going, keep cooking.
But I'm tired of grown people not being grown, not being adults. Just because you have social media, it does not mean that you can use that to spread lies, to spread hate. Use your fucking head.
See, that's the thing too, Charles. A lot of people don't want to use their heads, bro. Because if they use their heads, it's pretty obvious to figure out where these bot accounts are coming from. Bot accounts have to be paid for. There's money behind that.
And they're not just here. That shit's all over the world. Mm-hmm. All of it is. That's why you can't locate it. That's why it's easy to just assume that, yup, it's just this fandom fighting and this fandom fighting, and they're beating each other up. No one thinking about the middle guy that's in the middle causing all the chaos. I'm going to pretend like I'm this Snyder fan and cause James Gunn some shit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pretend like I'm a Gunn fan. I'm going to cause Snyder fan some shit.
Exactly.
Think. Just think. And then when you go to one of their accounts, their accounts are just made in 2024 and they got,
two followers. Exactly.
2 followers and all this shit. Dan Brown Jones 6578243. Are you serious? And you think that's a real account saying real shit? It's a bot account. No Zack Snyder fans threaten David Ayer. None. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe you show me one Snyder fan that actually did that. Prove it.
It's like, are we asking too much just to ask people to think and use their head and, put 2 and 2 together? It's not hard. Once your eyes are open, you see it.
Not to knock Gen Z, but that ain't their thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's not their thing. Now, I know all Gen Z people ain't bad. I don't want anybody to think that I'm throwing them under the rug. That's not what I'm doing. But y'all got problems.
Besides, we're telling you guys, just connect the dots.
Yeah.
Like we're telling you, and we're showing you with proof. Look what like, are your eyes blind?
Exactly. You got blood in your eyes? You can't tell me that suit that Corn Sweat is wearing is better than Henry Cavill's suit. You are lying your ass off. You don't believe that.
Maybe maybe we're asking too much if people who actually believe that about that suit can understand what it means and how bot accounts work. You know, maybe we're asking too much. I don't know. I just think that when your eyes are open and you see things for what they are, it's very simple. It's not hard. People tend to overthink everything, but it's like usually what it is on the surface actually is what it is.
They need to put the damn phones down. These motherfuckers can't even write in cursive. And now, again, not to knock anybody, but in school, do y'all know what cursive was? They don't do that anymore. I write in cursive.
Bro, they don't even have analog clocks in the schools anymore.
And you think that you can get online and tussle with an adult man about things that you have absolutely no knowledge of, other than what you see on screen that makes you go like a baby. The bot accounts are the problem. They've practically always been the problem. And it's hard to maneuver around the noise when all you're doing is setting up your cell phone on another fucking tray and then making a new account with numbers behind it and then getting on there and just trying to argue with who's paying you to be this stupid. Mm-hmm. I would love to know that. You have no integrity. You have no honor. None. You are a piece of shit. That's what I think of you.
And don't kid yourself. There is money behind that. There 100%. There are people funding that shit. So then you got to ask the question, why would somebody fund that kind of stuff? Well, who has what to gain by funding that? Who has what to gain by going after David Ayer like that?
Somebody has a lot to gain from that because it's chaos, brother. And it's easy to create chaos because human beings are still primitive brained creatures. And the first thing they're going to go to is their Neanderthal-like thinking. That's why. No matter how far we go, technology-wise, that part of our brain, for some fucking reason, just won't mature. That's the problem. We're still forever in that limbic brain, no matter how many cell phones we got in technology, and we know this and we know that. There we are, still animals. That's why, because nobody wants to evolve. It's scary to know things. It's scary to learn about the real world. It's scary to know about nature and the universe and how it works. That's too scary. That's the problem.
We live in the real world, guys. So this is our escapism right here. It's not about, listen, we all have problems in our lives. Some have more issues than others. Some are more privileged than others. That's life. Okay. But it shouldn't be this divisive. Okay. If you don't like a certain director or a certain movie, that's okay. But we can have the conversation, not fucking denigrating and going lower the barrel, insulting people. Because here's the thing. You can say it. You can say it.
That's
exactly.
That's what galls me.
I was going to go there.
Just because you can do it, because there is a keyboard sitting in front of you, because you have the capability to type, that's why you're doing it? That makes no sense. Make it make sense. Are you going to be doing this shit until you're 89 years old and when you're dead? Or are you going to make something of yourself other than what you are online?
No, because online they're not. In real life, they're nothing. That's the reality of it. In real life, they're nothing. It's easy, it's easy to type behind a computer screen because you have anonymity there, or create
because it's safe.
Exactly. No one's gonna run up to you like I'm a skinny guy, right? Someone who's as skinny as me could easily if I tried insulting someone in person, I get punched in the face. That's just the reality of it. And that's how a lot of these people are, is that they know in person they're nothing. Because anyone who is anything, anyone who's a success at anything, they don't need to waste their time with this bullshit. They don't need to waste time with writing, insulting people for no reason, for insulting someone they don't even know, for going after David Ayer. Because here's the reality. You never know what someone else is going through. For all you know, you're insulting someone who is maybe online because their father died. And I'm bringing that example up because of a certain comment Gunny Poo made recently towards a fan. But anyways, someone could be online right now trying to escape something bad in their real life, and they're getting bullied even worse because you need to feel good about yourself. Because you're very offended by the fact that David Ayer is asking for a movie that is already filmed to release that fans are asking to see. That is the reality of what's happened. They are just so offended that David Ayer wants his film out, that they're going after him, potentially going after his wife because she tweeted too, because they're that offended that people want to see this movie. Guys, if you don't want to see the movie, you don't have to watch it. No one is.
Thank you, Batan. Thank you.
And then get out from behind that fucking keyboard and go look yourself in the goddamn mirror. Start there because you got some problems. Start there. If you got to sit behind a keyboard and threaten a man's life and threaten his wife because he's supporting another director, you got problems. You don't belong in this atmosphere. And I mean that shit. I mean that for real. If you got to come in somebody's threads and talk shit and threaten them, you have a problem.
See, I also want to make sure that we also separate the fans from these bots, because if it is these bot accounts that are causing this kind of chaos and division, I don't think it's fair for us to lash out at the fandom that gets mixed up in that. You know what I'm saying, Charles? So let's also make sure that we're separating the two, and we've put the blame where it should be. And if the blame happens to lie at these bot accounts, then that's where it is. And I just want people to remember, ask that question when these situations happen. Ask why is this happening? Who benefits from this? And you know, what does this mean? You know, you have to ask these questions, because this isn't normal behavior. What I was trying to allude to earlier is that there's money behind this. Bot accounts don't just appear out of nowhere. They're funded. So you really have to ask yourself some serious questions about this. You know, I don't have the answers. I don't know who to point the fingers to, but I think we should all be asking the questions.
One last thing I want to say.
Go back to that last comment.
From Joe Carr?
The one from yes.
Nope.
No. Right there. This is very important. I don't like most of Ayer's movies, but he still deserves to have his cut release. Now, why is that sentence important? Because artists deserve to succeed or fail on their own merits. That's why. WBD had no idea whether or not Zack Snyder was going to succeed because they were too busy listening to fucking bots online and bloggers and shit. That's why they didn't know. That's the point right there. Let this man work speak for itself. He is an artist. He's not just a director. He put time and effort into that work. Let it finish. And if it fails, it fails. Move on, reboot, do whatever you got to do. Let these people finish their work. That is the point. I advocate for James Gunn too. As much as I don't like his work, the fact that they did not let him finish his Star-Lord shit, I thought that was unfair. And they let him do it. And they let him finish. Despite all of everything that he did online. All Zack Snyder did was make a movie that some of you crybabies did not like, and you punished him for it. That's not right. This is why we fight. This is why we are not going to support anything in this universe until you guys fix the problem. Everybody deserves to have their stories told. Now I'm through.
So keep in mind, guys, that and we're going to be honest on this one too. Everybody, all these companies, all these studios have bots. Why they have bots? Because they have to also push, you know, the algorithm. So when they're promoting a movie, like let's say, let's say Den of Thieves, for instance, Den of Thieves 2, the one with Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. is coming out. Yeah, there's organic.
Computers. Sometimes I hate computers, boy. I'm telling you,
it's part of marketing. Okay, you have bots that need to boost, certain topics to bring the conversation. But when you're going on it the wrong way, like it's been displayed multiple times now, then you're using it not for good. And someone else called you guys out. Now y'all gonna go after Grace Randolph because she's not supporting James Gunn? She is saying what needs to be said. Okay, just like when she said before, like, and Grace Randolph, if you're watching, we're not throwing any shade at you. Okay, just I want to highlight that. Okay, she had Zack Snyder to promote Zack Snyder's Justice League. Okay, he could have gone to maybe John Campea, but why didn't he go to John Campea? Because Zack knows that Campea is on the fucking payroll. Grace Randolph, in certain ways, she is also, but she's also a fan. You can tell that Grace Randolph, and I know some people love and hate her. That's fine. All good there.
Let me tell you something.
Also entitled to her opinion.
Grace Randolph, if you're listening, nope, we're not always going to agree on everything, but the one thing you are as a fan, if you see some bullshit, you call out some bullshit, and that's exactly what you did. And they got pissed off for it. Then that's not your fault. But keep in mind, for every time y'all do this shit, it's y'all that's got to look in the mirror. It's y'all that gotta face the fact that you're a disgusting piece of shit, and that's exactly what I mean. When you gotta threaten people over comic book geek shit, you need your ass whooped, and then you need to go see a therapist. That's what's missing. Is you need your ass kicked, and you need to know what the real world is like, and then you need to go talk to somebody.
Real life is hard enough.
This is absolutely ridiculous. You threatening a woman just because she is not gassing up your Superman? What I would do to get my hands on somebody like that in real life, because you fucking people shit up. You're taking away the joy and the entertainment that is this shit. When you get online and spread lies and threaten people, you take away the joy out of it. And this is supposed to be joy. This is supposed to be an escape. That's why I'm so adamant and so charged up all the time about this shit. And that's why I'm always going off. And that's why I'm always telling you, if you're going to threaten somebody, I'm on camera and you see my face. Get out from behind your little bot account. Come find me. Since you want to threaten somebody. You'll threaten a woman online. You'll threaten somebody's family. Come on down here. So I can show you my black ass. I'm not playing. I am tired of this crap. So if you're listening, I'm telling you right now, knock off that bullshit. This is supposed to be entertainment for everybody. We're all supposed to enjoy this shit. We're not going to like the same things you like. We're not going to advocate for the same things that you like. We have our opinions just like you do.
And the thing is too is like if you're a gun fan, you should be calling this out too. Why would you want people who are doing that in your fandom representing you that way?
If you are a true to life gun fan and you really believe in the shit that we believe in too, you can say, you know what, you're absolutely right. They need to knock this shit off.
And there's no
But
shame to admit that.
Do they do it? No.
No. Every fandom has bad people in it. Every fandom in the world has bad people in it. Star Wars fans, Marvel fans, DC fans, and I'm going to say it, even Snyder fans. Every fandom has bad people in it. There is no shame in admitting it. But I've called out fans I have not liked because I can't fandom enough too much to let bad people
try Jesus. They hate hearing the truth. They hate hearing the truth. So look, if you're a gun fan, it's all good. I'm not saying Guardians of the Galaxy was bad. I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is this. Gunn is a movie director That's what he is. Zack is an artist, guys. There is a reason why we're fighting for this. We just don't want to roll into a universe of buffoonery, gags, and copycats of scenes and beats and moments that come from Zack Snyder. We don't want to see that from James Gunn. James Gunn has a place. He does, like every other director does. It is just not with DC. It's not. Add to the fact that he is co-CEO, producer this, exec that, write this, director that. He is doing too much. If you want to run DC and be competent enough to hire the right people that will shape your universe the way you want it to be shaped, or stick to just the creative side and writing and directing. You're trying to do both. Stop trying to be Feige and a cool ass I can be better than Zack Snyder director. Stop. Because that's your problem. And I don't know why you don't see that, but that's your problem. Go ahead, Phil.
I'm speechless. You know, I mean, you pretty much said everything. Because again, it should not be this divisive. It's just movies. You know, you're gonna like what you like. We're gonna like what you like, and we can compare notes and see where we can find common ground. But to be threatening people, denigrating stuff, come on, man. You put yourself on that other person's shoes. Would you like to be denigrated, attacked, harassed, or even worse? Find pictures of you and your family and then posting them online, and then people start an attack. I'm not going to say who it was, but you know, if you know who I'm referring to.
Oh, yep.
That's shit. That shit's not. Yeah. We're not going to mention this, but you know,
that happened to one of our buddies, and that's not fucking cool. Absolutely. If you ever did some shit like that to me, though, the person we're speaking of is an infinitely nicer man than I am. So if you ever did it to me, you're gonna find out what I used to do for a living.
Hide and run. That's all
I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. This geek shit is not worth it. Trust me, it's not. For you to get your ass whooped. So realize that there is a line. Realize that this is just entertainment and it is not reality. And stay
or political.
Or political. It's not. And it's not worth it. So stop.
And I want to reiterate too, if you're a gun fan and you see this kind of behavior in your community, call it out. Call it out.
Right.
Don't let that shit represent you guys. Don't let these bot accounts that have money behind them represent you guys. If you guys are actually fans of Gunn, let his films and let your love for his films represent that. But don't let these people build this narrative of turning you guys into these, nasty people, because that's how you're going to be viewed going forward if you allow that to continue in your fandom. If you allow this kind of shit to happen and to go after people like Grace Randolph and to go after people like David Ayer, it's not needed. Call it out if you see it. Don't associate with it.
And I want to just say too, people go after the Snyder fandom for asking for a story to get concluded. There's bots that gone after a lot of us, but especially with Cell, we're not even asking for James Gunn's universe to fail. If anything, guys, we're asking for our story to be completed on a third-party platform where Warner Brothers, DC can just make money, not spend any money. Just make money licensing off the IP, which can help make more money for your stuff. But to go after us simply for wanting a movie, to go after David Ayer simply for wanting his cutout, to go after Grace Randolph simply for not liking the Superman movie. Oh my God, guys, get over it. I mean, Snyder fandoms, we have people who hate on our favorite movies just for fun. Who just make up these obscure
because it's a profitable business. Like I said, how many YouTubers out there right now are just talking shit because it gets the clicks and they're monetized and we're
not going to do that.
People gotta eat.
Do that,
I get
guys.
that.
I want y'all to listen up right now. Our mandate is never that. We are not here to just chase the next best thing because it's controversial, so to speak. We like all geek shit, and we like to just talk about it. That's it. We like to talk about it. And if you're mature enough and honest enough, let's talk about it. Whether or not I like your director, that's beside the point. Let's talk about why you don't like my universe. I'll tell you why I don't like your universe. Just talking. We critique in a way. Siskel and Ebert didn't always like the same shit all the time, did they? They beefed when it came to certain movies. That was the point.
We were having me and you were having a conversation backstage, and I was critiquing Superman and Lois. I was critiquing a certain scene, and you're like, "Wow, Rock, I didn't even think about that until you mentioned it." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So having conversations is what brings us together, and we could talk about things and explore other people's ideas. You know?
Yep. Just come in. Well, like I said, I don't want to be the dude to just be threatening people all the time and telling y'all to straighten the fuck up. Be adults. You're adults. Act like adults. I don't understand what's wrong with that. You can talk about this geek shit and not be a stupid toddler about it. We can do that. If you can talk about football or politics or anything else on an adult level, why can't you do it with this? Why? Why is it when it comes to this stuff, you want to listen to other people who 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 told you to hate Zack Snyder
and don't even follow his content or understand his stories?
Help me out with that. Break it down for me. Help me figure out why that is. Because I don't get it.
Yep. Well, any last comments, guys? We're gonna wrap it up. Guys, listen, at the end of the day, it's just comic books, it's just movies. We don't have to fucking be threatening each other and talking crap. We can agree and disagree and still get along. That's all that we're trying to say here. Okay, we're not. It would be Batman. You just said it. It would be so fucking boring if we all agreed. Yes, man. Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We don't want yeses. We want nos. Also, we also want why. Why is this done this way? Why couldn't it be done that way? I keep arguing with people. Well, they're arguing with me, but whatever. Zack Snyder's stories. He's a bad writer. Okay. Let's get something out of the way first. Zack Snyder is a director. He's an artist. He's also a camera guy. Does he write? Yes. Is he the best writer? No. I'm going to be the first one to say it and admit it. Yes, Zack.
Why do you think he has other people writing with him?
There you go.
Hello.
There you go.
Chris Terrio, David Goyer. Zack knows what
That's why Zack knows where his strengths and weaknesses are.
And you can criticize him too. You could come in and you could criticize BVS if you got criticisms. You could criticize ZSJL. Okay, so here's one thing I'll say, because we always talk about all the things we like about Zack Snyder's universe. I'll talk about one thing I don't like about Zack Snyder's universe. One of the things I didn't like about BVS, and I love that movie. I've seen it probably like at least 60, 70 times now. Okay, it's one of my favorite. It is my favorite movie. Okay, I'm not going to pretend. It is my favorite movie. BVS, the Ultimate Edition, is my favorite movie. But one of the things I don't like about that movie is I don't like how they forced the death of Superman into there. I felt that could have been, the death of Superman could have been a whole movie itself. I felt like it was a little bit rushed in the end.
But that was not under his control.
Yes, I understand that. Yeah. See, and this is what I'll tie it
studio bullshit.
I'll tie it back to something that we were talking about earlier, where we highlighted that BVS is a Batman movie. My criticism is they killed Superman in a Batman movie. Should have been a Superman movie where that happened. Should have been all about Superman.
That's a criticism.
Yeah, and I still appreciate the Snyderverse. I love the Snyderverse for what it is, but I can criticize it too if I have to, if I want to, So there you guys go. Like as fans, we are allowed to have these conversations. We could talk about what we like, and we can talk about what we don't like.
Look at what Ray said right here. I'm going to highlight this. We need Dick Grayson live as Nightwing. This is one of the things now that you mentioned a criticism, I'm gonna give you a criticism of mine. I did not agree that Zach killed Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
I would have preferred to keep it as Jason Todd.
Jason
and
Todd,
yes, maybe have Nightwing, Dick Grayson Nightwing, maybe show up in ZSJL 2 or 3, or maybe in the Bethlehem. I don't know, but
I agree.
I
don't like the fact that Dick Grayson was nope. Exactly. So, do I hate Zack Snyder because of it? No. It was just, in my opinion, I would have done something else.
And I still love his movies. I'm still going to fight to see the director's vision completed. You know what I mean? Just because there might be a little thing I can nitpick here or there, say I don't like this, I don't like that. It doesn't mean that I don't respect the director and want to see his vision come to life.
Exactly. All right, guys. Time to wrap it up. Final thoughts. Bat Dan. You go first.
Just overall, I would just say, just be nice to people, guys. Stop fighting. Stop going after people. If you don't want to, like these X-Men movies, option 3. That's all it is at the end of the day, guys. Okay? We don't stay in your lane. We'll stay in ours. If you want to debate with us in a calm, healthy way. But if you come out insulting us, then I'm not interested. It is simple as that. And I think there's a lot of great stuff to look forward to. I think, especially, Accountant 2, I am going to say Accountant 1. I promise I am going to do that before Accountant 2 comes out. And I think I think we have a lot of great stuff to look forward to in this geek culture. And guys, at the end of the day, real life is stressful enough as it is, okay? Real life is hard enough as it is. This shit is my escapism. I don't need my escapism to be stressful. So, at the end of the day, guys, just enjoy the geek shit. And is this where we say what's coming up next on our channel, or is that another?
Tell us what's going on.
Okay, so tomorrow, the very first show on Bat Dan's Thoughts for 2025 will be an episode of Marvelous Discussions with Sox Bulletins. We all know that Brave New World is coming out, so we're going to be doing a series to get ready for that. And we're going to start with the 2008 version of Incredible Hulk. So that is tomorrow at 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. EST. It's always, time zones are confusing because Sox and I are both in Chicago, so I tell him 6:30, but we'll say 7:30 for the Eastern time zone. So be on the lookout for that. I really enjoyed coming on, and have a bat-tastic day.
Awesome. Thank you, Bat Dan. Thank you, Bat Dan.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Rocks, your turn.
Oh, real quick, I just want to say, when it comes to these bot accounts, again, man, just use your brain, guys. Just use your brain. Try to ask the questions that need to be asked. Who's funding this? Who gains what? Who benefits what? Don't allow these people with the money try to control the narrative, because that's what they're trying to do here. Okay, when it comes to money and when it comes to grabbing headlines, they're trying to control the narrative. And if these bot accounts are grabbing headlines, that's what they're doing here. They're trying to represent your fandom in a particular way that you may not agree with. So be weary of that. Ask the proper questions that need to be asked. It doesn't matter if you're a Gunn fan, if you're a Snyder fan, it doesn't matter what kind of fan you are. It doesn't matter if you're a Tim Burton fan or a Joel Schumacher fan. If this is what's going on in your fandom, identify it and disassociate yourself from it. Don't let that represent you guys. And that's really about it. And once again, I want to thank Bat Dan for coming on the show tonight. It's a real pleasure to have you on, brother. And I look forward to being back here in 2 weeks with the boys again. So,
all right, Charles.
Look, I pretty much said all I'm going to say about that stuff. I'm going to add this. We each in this fandom, whether you're a Zack Snyder fan, James Gunn fan, whatever, have a responsibility to represent ourselves in a way that is above board when it comes to entertainment. Because if you have an online presence, then that means that you want to be heard or you want to be seen. But you also have to be serious. Okay? You can't be a child hiding behind an avatar talking crap about somebody else's universe in their threads just because you can. Okay? It's not worth that. It's just geek stuff. We all love it. So that means that we all have a responsibility to each other to make sure that that the entertainment and the stuff that we want is presented in a way that we can get what we want, and presented in a way that lets people know that we're all in this together. This is how we escape our reality. We're escaping the same reality. So we don't need to bring bullshit that is that reality into our fictional reality. We don't. I want to see realism, but I want to see that on the screen. I don't want that to mix in together with my real life, because it doesn't work that way. So respect people when they have an opinion. I know that's a lost art on a lot of y'all, especially this generation for some reason.
Because of this.
Because of that screen. Because of that phone. It is made you some sort of, you wear that thing like it's like it's armor. It's an exoskeleton. It's not your friend. Because when you put that phone down, you're going to have to use real words. You're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to make your mind up. You're going to have to analyze. You're going to have to learn how to take criticism. You're going to have to learn these things in the real world. A phone is not going to teach you that. Jumping online and jumping in somebody's threads talking crap is not going to teach you that. So learn something. That's all I got.
Alrighty. So my final thoughts is 2025 is here, guys. Buckle the fuck up. Buckle the fuck up. Because we're
I'm ready.
You're ready? Oh, there you go. We're gonna damn it, I can't smoke tonight. I'm sorry. That's why I'm smoking this. There's a reason why I can't smoke, but that's personal. Either way. Yeah, no, guys, buckle up for 2025 because it's going to be a crazy year. A lot is running on the line now with James Gunn. And listen, if the movie fails, that's on him. If the movie succeeds, it's on him too. We're going to give perks.
It's his to lose.
Where we're going to give perks where they're due, and we have given James Gunn perks where they're due. Like on our previous streams when they announced Aaron Pierre to be the next Green Lantern, we gave him props. You know, we like, damn, that's James. Good on you, man.
That's a good choice. Just don't come up to work.
You see what I just did there, guys? I just gave James Gunn credit for a good decision that he made. And we're gonna keep doing that shit here because when somebody fucks up, we're gonna roast it and we're gonna fuck it up, but we're gonna roast it, we're gonna talk about it, comment on it, but we're not gonna denigrate them to the point that no, we don't do that here. We're gonna critique, we're gonna roast, we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna break it down. That's all too. We're gonna break it down and we'll explain it, and that's what we should all be able to do without getting under each other's skin.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
And again, we are extending an invitation again to all of you out there because one of the things that we're going to be doing a lot this year. We didn't do much last year because again, we were still establishing ourselves as a channel, as a brand, as a team. We're going to be doing a lot more open panels this year because again, this is what we want. We want all of you out there who are gun supporters, there are Snyder supporters, even general audience overall. We want you all to come to the podcast, talk to us. Let's have a conversation. 2 rules only. 1, you got to have a mic. All right. And 2, you got to show your face because we're not doing this through the chats or keyboards. No. Mm-hmm. If you want to have an adult conversation with us,
thank you.
Those are the rules. Cam up.
Thank you.
And bring a mic. If you're missing one of those items, you're not coming in the panel. It's that simple. Because again, we said from the very beginning, we want this to be a safe space for all of us and for all of you out there listening to come here. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss. Like right now, Rox just said what he didn't like about BVS. I just said that I didn't like something either. There are things that we can dissect that maybe in an upcoming movie that comes out, I don't know, I'm just whatever movie, maybe Charles liked it, maybe I don't like it, or maybe, hey, Charles, did you notice this? And Charles like, damn, Phil, I did not notice that. You see how that goes? We're throwing ideas and having conversations, just like when you go out on a date with someone. And all right, tell me about yourself. What do you do? What do you do? Where do you come from? What's your background? What do you do for a living? Do you have any brothers and sisters? Blah, blah, blah. You're having conversations with that other person.
It's what makes it fun to be a film fan. If you can't talk about it with your friends and share your opinions, then what's the point? Like, for some people, it's not just about rotting your brain for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's about actually trying to understand the message. What are they trying to tell you? What was the director's vision here? You know, like we like to dive deep into this kind of stuff and talk about it and listen to the conversation that we all bring to the table. You know,
and that's what we're about. That's what this channel is about. That's the reason why we started this channel, and that's what we like to. These are the type of people we like to engage with. Okay, think of it like what is that show? The round table discussion, where the actors on actors and all of that.
Yes.
And they like to discuss stuff. That is it. That's what I'm talking about. That's cinema. That when you can sit around and you can deep dive and discuss and analyze and talk about what you did like, what you don't like. Those are the type of conversations that we like to have. Not James Gunn's a hack, Zack Snyder's a hack, Christopher Nolan's a hack, so-and-so is a hack. That's not conversation. That is a toddler in a playpen doing like this. That's what that is.
Like, and when I see responses like that, it's like, did you even watch the film? Did you even watch the project? Or are you just
or even worse? Even worse. I like I like Henry Cavill Superman, but Zack Snyder's a hack.
Huh?
It doesn't make sense.
You know who directed him, right?
You know who cast him?
Yep. Zack Snyder.
But if that's how you feel, if that's how you actually feel, come on the platform, have a conversation, defend your point of view. Tell us why you feel that.
And this is
we may not ever agree with it, but at least you showed up. At least you gave us your honest opinion. And if everything is cool, might even have you back on the show one day.
And this is just this invitation is not just for
what we want.
And this invitation is not just for people watching here in the chat or on X, Twitter, and YouTube. This is also for you, other YouTube content creators, because we said this before. We're going to be reaching out to you guys. We have a few other individuals that have channels that are in the pipe. So stay tuned for that. We're going to bring people that you might like and some people you might not like, and that's okay. Because we said it. We said it on a previous show. We're keeping this shit real. Okay, we want to bring people together.
We are going to
disagree or not.
This fandom, we are going to be a bridge for this fandom where everybody's going to eventually come together, and everybody can say what they want to say and not be judged and not be criticized, and just have their voices heard. That's the whole point here. You are a fan; you deserve to have your voices heard, and we can all talk about it. That's why we're here.
Yep.
All right, guys. Let's wrap it up. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us in the first episode of the new year, 2025. We're definitely going to see you guys in 2 weeks. I'll be back home, so I'll have all my setup ready to go. We have some other things that we're going to announce very soon, so stay tuned to that.
Right now,
guys,
let's congratulate Mama Bear once again.
Yes,
congratulations once again,
Mama Bear, the winner of our Christmas giveaway. Yep.
Absolutely, guys. This has been episode 14, of the Lethal Geeks podcast. Everybody, shout out to the chat. Thank you so much for stopping by. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
And guys, please go follow and subscribe to Bat Dan's channel. A link will be in the description.
Yes.
Go check them out. And also, remember, One Punch Dan is coming July 11th. Also, we'll get Bat Dan. Zod, if you're there also in the chat, you two will be invited to the podcast before the release of the movie so we can help promote it. And again, this is what we also do because we're also fans. If there's any actors, directors, whatever out there. Like we had Brett Colbert. Shout out to you, Brett. We had him last year. He was a cast of Rebel Moon. We want to have those people in here as well. We want to have people that come here, not just to talk about geek shit, but also film, TV. Come to us. Come to the channel. We will be reaching out to all of you out there. So, guys, see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Happy New Year. Stay safe.
Shout out to y'all. Happy New Year. Stay safe. We love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I mean, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in a mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Hell yeah. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team, or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you gonna do?